I can hear it. I'm telling you, I can.
What's wrong?
It's hurting them.
What the fuck is going on? Hey, Sarah, talk to me.
The man in yellow, quite a calm and violent fellow. What's with the stick, the dress, and the case? Do any of those things get you out of this place? From vile nightmares, mysteries to solve. Who is the man plaguing this town? Dead friends, loved ones, strange voices on the phone. A radio tower made from hope. A storm came in and crashed it down. Crashed it down. The man in yellow, what a strange fellow. Shifting, haunting, is he deal making? Jim didn't listen, now his throat is missing. Why you digging that hole?
No! Got it! No! Fucking get it now!
From vile nightmares, mysteries to solve. Who is the man plaguing this town? Dead friends, loved ones, strange voices on the phone. A radio tower made from hope. A storm came in and crashed it down. Crashed it down. Glamorous thoughts.
And welcome everyone. Happy Friday to you all. That is right. It is Friday Night Fever and it is Dana's birthday weekend. So we're going to have lots of fun with all of you guys, all the family, everybody to celebrate. And tonight we're going to just chill and hang out, open the panel to you guys and let you tell us all of your thoughts and theories on this week's episode, along with the season as a whole, where we stand and where we think we're going ahead for the next episode. We got a little bit of time to kind of marinate with all the bits they've given us so far. We're halfway through and it's bittersweet. I hate to have a week off, but at the same time, again, there's some bits there. Maybe, who knows, it gives us a little more time to kind of craft our theories, because before we know it, it'll be over. So we got to kind of enjoy it while we can. But again, thank you guys all for joining us tonight. And of course, we have Miss Dana Marie, the birthday girl herself, the one who has the biggest heart of us all and gives all the gifts. And she's got lots of fun things to give y'all for her birthday, nonetheless, this weekend. So, what's up, Dana? Welcome.
I'm excited.
Happy birthday. And it's not quite, but
it's not
I'm
there.
counting it.
It's the official birthday is Sunday, but it's still, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna give away some stuff. My Jello shots are jelloing in the fridge for the weekend.
Nice.
Got some good steaks to cook as long as we don't get rained out.
And we are right now. You may hear some thunder in the background from time to time. Hopefully, the power remains. But
right. So we'll see. But it's gonna be a fun weekend.
Oh yeah, and we kicked it off really last night on James's on Twitch, but it is now Friday night. It's officially the weekend, and I'm excited to spend it with all you guys and celebrate Dana's birthday. So again, yes, welcome, hun, always, and we're gonna really dive into it after hours. We're gonna really pop some bottles, or almost pop some shots.
And well, I can't do shots like you, but I got my fruity vodka with my fruity fruit punch, so I will make myself a fruity drink that is, as fruity and non-liquory tasting as it can be.
Nice. Captain Shriver already coming in with the gifted memberships, and it looks like Nathaniel Young received it. Congratulations, guys. And you know what? I like it because we get a song, Dana. Thank you, Captain. It's a fun song to kick off the evening.
Welcome to the fever dream. Fever, you're on fire. Welcome to the burning desire. I said fever, join the party. We're burning all through the night.
Thank you again, Captain, for the gifted memberships. As always, man, you've been killing it in support of our channels. And I'm going to drop that link real soon. I know you'll probably join us in a minute. And we look forward to hearing some more of your thoughts. It's all the happy birthday love for Dana.
Oh, thank you guys.
But also joining us, we got Mr. James from Walking Dead Explained. Now, Mr. Twitch Man, affiliated. It's not partnered, it's affiliated. You know, all the bits. He's getting them all set up over there, guys. But he's joining us tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you. How you doing? You happy, excited about the weekend?
Oh, yeah. Dana's birthday. That's the best time of the year for me and her and you and a lot of people.
Right, everybody gets gifts. It's like we all get presents. It's fun.
There we go.
Yes, you're killing it over there, man. You keep climbing that ladder over there on Twitch, and I'm excited to see where you go with it.
Yep. Thanks to you guys and help of friends like Jackson and Caroline and a bunch of people. Vic, just too many to name. So I appreciate all you guys.
Right. I mean, community really, when it shows up for you like that, it just means a lot. You got a lot of love out there for you, James, and you deserve it and so much more.
Agreed.
We also have joining us Mr. Jackson. He's been hanging with us. I know you got lots of thoughts and theories on this season, but how you feeling tonight, man? Happy Friday.
Feeling good. Happy Friday to everybody. Happy early birthday to Dana.
Thank you.
And excited to talk about the episodes, even though we don't have one this week. Still a little disappointing, but we got some backup for that. That's good. And hoping we can get through this and talk some fun and then party for the Friday night fever.
Right? We partied all through the weekend, and I cannot wait to do it with all you guys. So let's see who else we have in the chat. Of course, we have Mr. Captain Shriver coming in first and foremost tonight. He was ready to go. Welcome, hun. And we got it's these knits.
Still gotta love it. You still gotta love it because she knits. Listen, everybody, get your minds out the gutter. She actually knits, okay? And her name is D. Like, stop.
Well, I know, but see, they did it in the chat too, Data. And you know my brain. Once I see it, I can't.
These people gotta get. You guys, stop it.
We come from a certain generation of Beavis and Butthead, Dana. You just wait till we have something else with a courtroom and somebody says Your Honor.
Don't worry, D. I got your back.
He said you're on her. What's up, Miss Jen, the teacher? Welcome, hun. Let's see, we got Miss Pixie hanging out tonight. Welcome, ladies. Got Sit and Spin. We got Miss Debbie Bo Baby. Welcome. I see Heather TV hanging out with us, and keep going, scrolling, see who else. I think that's everybody I see in the chat so far saying hello. Welcome all you guys. And yes, this all of this one, and we got the Boyd is back in town one. So there's two of the Man in Yellow and two of the Boyd is back in town songs that we did, and those are both on my video list. Speed of which we have another one.
I know.
I
can't wait for that one.
Those y'all helped me create. This one I kind of did a little bit on my own just because of the fact that I was trying to get it done. And we had so many other things going on with streams. I just didn't have time to really fit it in. But I did create one, but I did put the 3 song variations into the Discord. And I took the female version. So I still have room to make another for our Miss Julie Storywalker. I'm gonna play that one for you guys so you can hear it. I'm gonna post it up as a video, and then of course throughout tonight or this week, if you guys want, we'll check out the male versions and see if y'all like either one of those, and if not, we can always just change it up or keep the one we have. You know, I'm down for whatever. Let's see, we got Dragon King. What's up? What's up? So I'm gonna show you guys that real quick, and then I'm gonna drop the link, and we will begin all of the fun. I guess it begins with this. It's Julie and her story walking. All right, let's see what we got. I'm with Alice. What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys this video, and we will dive into all the bits. And Vic's a member. Oh, they just keep popping Dana. Hang on.
I know.
Vic gets a bit because she has been a member for 10 months.
Welcome to the fever dream. Fever, you're on fire. Welcome to the burning desire. I said fever. Join the party. We're burning all through the night.
Thank you again, Vic, for always being a proud supporter of this channel, a mod, a member, all the bits. We love you, hun.
Right?
All right, here we go.
Bestest of mods, like ever.
Right. She is, I mean, I think she's our bestest mod at this point. Yeah, I could not argue with that. Absolutely. All right, here we go. So, Miss Julie and her story walking. Let's see what you guys think.
Open the fucking door!
Julie,
Hey, what are you doing?
don't you recognize me? I'm gonna take some peaches. Mind?
Follow her through a story. Tiptoes through flipping pages like dreams fading into mysteries. Will she see? Can she change the nightmare, or are the pages set in stone?
He's the distant cousin of the Grand Dulagarg. Here we are. Storywalker Fred was an elevator repairman who spent his weekends storywalking as he pleased.
Crossing over the threshold, fear cannot hold her into the abyss. Finding her way, will she learn the knowledge she needs to set the town free? Get lost in the pages, stuck in the story, somewhere through a faraway tree. Fromville cries out, what mysteries will she see? Can she change the nightmare, or are the pages set in stone? Julie, the story walker, haunted by a melody. Fromville nightmare. Trapped. Will she set them free?
There you go, folks. That is our Julie Storywalker soundtrack for now, at least a hit. We'll see if we can make another one. You know I like to do a variation. So, again, we'll come back to the male versions.
That was really good.
I hope
that
you
was
guys
really
enjoyed it.
good.
But we're gonna I'm gonna drop that link for you guys so we can dive into the bits now that we're fired up with all of the frumminess.
Frumminess of fromness.
All the fuzzy from feelings. Something like that.
Right?
Let me go drop that. I'm gonna see if it'll let me do it over here in StreamYard, Dana. Will it allow my link in my I swear. We'll find out.
Right? Play nice this weekend, YouTube.
Oh, look, it allowed. And we will pin that to the top, and everyone is welcome to join tonight. Again, remember to be respectful to one another, and if we get overcrowded, we will try to rotate folks out. But all are welcome.
Yes.
And I'm pinning, I'm checking, I'm making sure the bits. I think I'm good. All right. So, and we got Captain already. Here we go. What's up, Captain?
Hello. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Having a good Friday?
Hey, if we get too crowded, I will volunteer to go out first. I mean,
no worries, man. Like I said, we'll see how the night goes, and we'll rotate you guys out if need be.
Yeah.
But let's see. Let's dive into the bit, shall we? So again, I know we've talked about the episode a little bit here and there and everywhere. But again, I mean, look, we may not get very many deaths this season, and as much as Roger was such a loss to the group and all, I mean, I don't think any.
That's funny.
I'm trying, Dana, to be nice right now.
Good luck.
But I mean, to be fair, I don't think he had it in him to survive, one could say. A man such as himself who, likes to dabble in things but can't finish the job, he doesn't seem like he's going to last too long. So, I mean, it sucks to lose a proud member of our tribe here of Frumley, but something tells me we'll be all right.
He brought that shit on himself. Come on. He was asking for it. Like, he's literally been asking to be killed all season.
No.
Or even back in friggin' season 3. Like, when you asking from, you shall receive. Right. And he friggin' got it brutally.
Yeah, that was rough.
Right. Welcome to Sit and Spin. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, my darling.
How is everyone doing on
Hello.
this fine, sweet? Oh, I'll be right back. Oh dear.
No worries.
Her accent's awesome.
I just hope whatever is okay. Like, so I'm thinking my first thought is like the stove or something. Like I'm cooking. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot something.
Right, but it's like even her accent. Oh dear, how cute is that?
It's funny.
You can't get cuter than.
No, it's adorable. Absolutely.
But no,
welcome back. She's back. I forgot to put the butter back in the fridge.
Okay, well then it wasn't as bad as I thought. My first thought is like I leave something on the stove cooking. And I'm like,
oh no, it's almost 1:25 for me here in the morning. So no, it was a New Year's resolution to stop cooking meals after 10 o'clock.
Okay.
9 o'clock is the cutoff point to cook anything in this house.
There you go. Set those rules.
See, I stopped making little midnight snacks and I started making like mini dinners.
Nice.
It got to the point because I have like an instant pot pressure cooker. There was one night I whipped up a solid beef stew with dumplings and a Yorkshire pudding in less than an hour, and I was sat here at 10:30, 11 o'clock just eating beef stew, and I thought, what are you doing?
You're in the right place because we love our food around here.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. So
I'm a talent.
We are foodies. We are foodies.
Oh.
Yeah, and they even tried to cook some things up here. The pot. Donna was going to have some s'mores, possibly. She was looking forward to some marshmallows, whereas the Poppets
more.
seemed
I've
like they
never
were
had
looking
s'more in
for.
my
Oh, you
life.
never had a s'more? Oh, you're missing
No.
out, girl.
Oh,
Oh, my, they're so good they'll make you slap your mama. They are
They
so
are.
good.
They are.
They are so good. Right now, I'm filleting fish. I just caught about 20
Mm.
crappie now into the lake. Speaking of
Nice.
food, yeah.
Nice. I made chicken and potatoes in the oven tonight.
Oh, nice.
Yummy.
Nice. I'm having to have a day off food today because I've had a lot of heavy meals the last couple of days, and with my particular medical issues, I can have maybe 3 small meals a day, 2 medium meals, or 1 large meal. I can't have like normal adult portions.
Okay. So you spread it out. Spread it out still.
You know.
Beef stew. Oh, that sounds
So
good.
So me scrounging on beef stew at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night was not very smart. So it was like, no more of this, Judah, because you're going to end up cooking freaking roast dinners. It has to stop. That has to. No.
Food is our,
Oh,
our Achilles heel.
Eggy bread. Have you ever had eggy bread and tomatoes with sea salt?
No.
It's
I have
so
not.
freaking good. Eggy bread with some mushed tomatoes, seasoned only with sea salt.
Okay. I love tomatoes
Yeah.
with salt. So like I
Yeah.
could eat a tomato and just have like the salt
Yeah.
shaker like an apple.
Yeah.
I'm horrible.
Right.
But that's the Italian in me. So
Oh.
Well, tomatoes are actually considered a fruit, technically.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yep. Oh Jesus. What's the word? It is a culinary vegetable, but botanically a fruit.
Yes.
Yeah, see what she said. Yeah.
Yes.
Same as cucumbers.
Yep.
But yeah, let's get back to it, guys. I know they came tonight to talk some from bits.
That's right.
Sorry,
Get
see what
back to
happens,
it.
food? You see what happened? Sorry.
Food changes the topic.
But
Oh, yes.
yeah, we got some bits again. Like I said, man didn't really do his job, and he got exactly what he deserved. So I mean, again, we lost someone. I don't think we'll lose too many more people this season. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on who we will lose. If you think we'll lose a lot of folks, my best guess if we lose anybody would be like at the end of the season. And I mean, Donna and Ellis, folks like that are kind of on the chopping block for me.
I
but
think
I
we're
don't know
going
if
to
anybody
lose
really will.
Donna.
When do you think, like we got 5 episodes left, so like when we come back or towards the end of the season?
I think probably towards the end of the season. Right. The reason I say this is that her character is getting more and more tired. Like you can see the exhaustion in the actress's face.
Mm-hmm.
She's playing that beautifully, and I think she's gonna have a moment, and she's gonna get, and she's probably just gonna think, "Fuck it," or she's gonna make a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Or sacrifice herself to save
or
someone.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think Henry's gonna bite it too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I
they're
think
definitely
so.
on the chopping block. I can see towards the end of the season.
Does anyone else think that the children are bait?
Or what?
Bait?
Bait. Like maybe Tabitha.
I've been
and
thinking about
Jade.
that lately. I've
Right.
been thinking about that lately.
Yeah. Like Tabitha and Jade trying to save the children is what starts the cycles or keeps the cycles going. That's what I'm starting to think. Because if you remember, there was somebody from a character, I cannot remember who, but they said everything in this village, city, whatever, lies.
Yep.
Everything lies.
Mm-hmm.
And I also had another thought, right? Can you remember Abby when she first came to her and Boyd first came and she started saying, I had dreams of this place.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
I actually think she was the first Tabby, And then when she got killed too early, that's when Tabitha was brought in. And I think Boyd is having to take on a new role because the original Tabitha and Jade, Boyd and Abby, had broken. So they needed to wake the next in line, which was Tabitha.
Mm-hmm. It could be.
I so agree with that.
We definitely have Abby as sort of a question mark where she is placed. Specifically, like, she's weird. I can't play, like, I want to place her with the reincarnations of Tabitha, but the way they're playing her story is nothing like Tabitha and Miranda. She doesn't have a bracelet. They now have a ring. So I'm curious to see how Abby actually is placed within this group. Is she going to be another version of Tabitha, or is there something else to her story that we're missing? As far as like where she places with the reincarnation of the town.
Yeah.
Because she's definitely got something about her. And the fact now we got the ring. I mean, before it was kind of like, I wasn't really on board with it at all for the most part. I'm like, yeah, she kind of said we only get that one line, and it's very vague. Again, one of their vague sort of like leave it up for our interpretation.
Yeah.
But now with the ring, I mean, to me, it's like you almost can't. It's very clear that they're doing. It's not just okay. She just said that. There's a little bit more to her than what some of us, like me, perhaps would have thought. So there's definitely something to her. I don't know if she's going to be reincarnated or not, but she's definitely more to her story than we thought. Or I definitely thought.
100%. And
I have a feeling she's Abby right now.
Mm-hmm. One of my friends had a theory.
Oh, you think she's Acosta? You think those two characters?
I think she's Acosta, right? Mm-hmm.
You think?
Okay.
At least the reincarnation or playing the same role of the story.
So much sense.
I can see her as an Acosta.
Yeah.
And let's see.
She just got that hot head, kind of like same thing. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. No, you're fine.
And she has authority.
Mm-hmm. See.
Both women do.
David says, and he's talking about Julie and the story of the Gulagog. An elevator repairman is an iconic trope in science fiction, symbolizing a technician who can traverse, fix, or manipulate timelines, much like a mechanic service. A standard lift, servicing a standard lift. Yes, see, and I think you continue with in Creepypasta. The elevator game is a famous internet ritual that claims to transport the player to another dimension by hitting a specific sequence of floor buttons. Yes, and they actually used that in
Evil. Yep.
And I like how Evil kind of explained it. They still left it open for the original game could be real, but the one that they had in their city was just happened to be the hotel. The floor that it goes to was kind of abandoned. And once you leave the elevator, you can't get back on it, so you get stuck there. And two teens did this and ended up dying, so therefore it gave to the lore of that particular kind of like creepypasta lore in the show. But the actual lore in real world is there is a elevator game. They actually made a Roblox game out of it, I believe. So it's a lot of bits to that.
David's comment has just put something in my head, and now I can't get away from it.
That happens around here.
See, everything they have suggested, Tabitha and Jade tried to stop the sacrifice, but are you talking about Tian Chin sins?
Could you imagine?
And are we talking about Tian Chin or A Chin's sins? Why am I missing here? And the minnows and the sharks net suggests that they are the cause and the rest are collateral damage.
What if it's not the monster's immortality? What if it's you know these stories about genies, how if you make a wish, the genie will grant it, but in a really twisted way. Could you imagine if Jade and Tabitha were the ones that got the award of immortality, and this is their reward? This is the immortality that was promised to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right, David.
They were deceived.
I'm retarded. I remember that now.
Yeah.
I agree. That's the immortality that they received, whether they it was a twist or whether they didn't complete the curse and it was wrong.
Wouldn't that
Either
be
which
more like a
way,
djinn?
Yes. Yes.
A
yeah.
djinn because of the evil.
Yes.
But the
guessing.
jinn is like
Possibly.
another
Yeah.
word for like another demon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Djinn.
Well, yeah, it depends, right? Because I'll be like, and even
There
in
used to be a
gens, there's
Magic the
good
Gathering
gens
card like
technically
that.
and bad gens, I think, to a degree. Like, they're not necessarily, like, there's bad ones that are truly evil, and then supposedly there's supposed to be ones that aren't, like, necessarily good or evil. Or I think gens in general are supposed to be. There was a lot, because when we did evil, they went to gens too, and they were kind of talking about it. Because they actually, evil went into a lot of the lore as well in some of these things. So it's fun to see the crossovers sometimes. But I mean, it could be that. It could be like it's definitely there's some kind of trickster element behind it or manipulation element behind whatever the
it smells of
entity
Loki.
is. And definitely a little bit there. The only thing it is, and then it's like you get to points, and then it points to like another sort of mythical god or goddess. So I'm interested to see like what they're going to put.
Man, it
points to a little bit of his personalities.
Yeah.
I definitely looked at Martin that way back in like season 2 when he first kind of appeared.
Time. A moment, please. It's pill time. Medication. Pre-gabbling.
Oh no, you're fine. We're just gonna keep going. If you want to mute or whatever, you go ahead.
I think we're gonna see Martin again. I think that by the
I think
time
we are
the
too.
show ends, everything's gonna come around full circle. Like we'll see everybody who eventually was there come back in a different soul or something, a different avatar or something. I think.
Yeah, I hope they show Martin and at least let us know whether he was just another townsperson that came in or if he was something else darker.
Or if he's actually the man in yellow and Boyd set him free.
And that's what I think happened. That's exactly what I think happened. That's what I've been saying for a minute now. Martin is.
I think Martin got
definitely
caught
seemed
by
like he. But my only alternative now to what he could be is only because they introduced Tabitha story this episode with the other person's nightmare. The only other thing I could see that this was another nightmare that manifested itself, and they found a way to trap it. Just like they supposedly trapped the dolls to a degree, or kept them at bay from coming into the town.
Yeah,
even though
that
was
very
their
well be possible
settlement.
too, because they did trap. Yeah.
Now I want him to be the man in yellow, of course, because I think Mark's just a sus character. If there was any sus character to me from what we've seen from at least the first 2 seasons or so, it was him.
Claire is way more sus.
She's sus, but not like him. Like Claire doesn't come off as like a bad sus character to me. I don't see her in like a negative light, but man, he is like that was so much manipulation from Martin. And he said you have
knew
a
who
kind.
Abby was immediately.
There was something about the way Martin told
Wonder how
Boyd, you
Abby-
have a kind face, and the way that the man in yellow and Sophia talked to everybody about the kindness. Oh, I know you were such a kind person because you did this. I mean, it was just too much from the beginning of Martin, the way he acted. And of course now we know he shapeshifts, so it's very easily for him to have made himself have a tattoo that's from the military, or to represent the Marines and get that sympathy from Boyd. How did she talk to Julie how did he talk to Julie the way he did, and talk about Abby, a specific conversation that only a few people would have overheard? I don't even think Julie, because for Julie to have overheard this conversation, like a story walker type deal, she would have had to be close enough, and I don't think they would do that with the time travel situation. She would be too close to that situation. It would possibly alter things in a way that I don't think the timeline should be altered.
Yeah, 100%.
So you think they captured Martin in some specific in some cycle,
It's
and
possible.
they kept him there, and then he's the man in yellow that got released?
I think it's possible that somewhere along the way, they trapped him in there. I don't know exactly how. It's hard to kind of decipher as far as, because he does have some power outside of that place, but I think it's a trapping in the sense of like you kind of take away a percentage of his power. And he wants that back. He's trying to get back out so he can play with the people he wants to play with. The folks that he obviously said he likes these parts to watch. And I think maybe he was kind of held back from that, being able to absorb that power. But if you go around playing with this, and you let him free, now he's out to kind of over time gain that power back until he's a little bit more of his fully formed self. That's
Oh,
why
you
I
don't
think we
think he
don't
was
see.
trapped in a dungeon as a regular townsperson, human being,
I don't think
like
Martin was
Randall
a
and these guys were?
regular. I don't think Martin was a regular
No,
townsperson.
I don't either.
Now he could be. I could be absolutely wrong. I just don't see that.
So we probably won't see him again then. Maybe if
Well,
he's
we
wasn't
could
a
though.
townsperson, we might
Well,
not see
I
him as a
mean,
reincarnation
brother,
in the town.
seem okay. If he is the man in yellow, I'm assuming that at some point he's going to tell Julie, or at least I want to have I want something that whether he transforms, like maybe he's able to change his face easy, like the man in yellow, he can change. These are all the forms I took to manipulate you. These are all the forms, and he's able to change his face or something. A conversation somewhere along the way, Julie going back and being able to figure out, okay, wait a minute, this is not like seeing how Martin, aka possibly Man in Yellow, got trapped in the dungeon, so that they can put him back. I'm trying to think of some more scenarios of how we could see Martin's story without it being like, okay, we just completely see him right back in the dungeon where we left him. Because there's still like, how did he get there? Like, I would still think that there's something where they're going to, because he wasn't in there in the same sense as Martin and Marielle. And so are they just not going to explain to us the fact that Martin, Marielle, and Julie were in there and they said they were going to die. If they stayed in there, the little thing told Sarah that, you know, once you let the genie, once they're dead, the genie's out of the bottle, so to speak. Now, I'm not saying he still couldn't be lying to them, but it gave the interpretation as if he's feeding off of them or something like that. So going to end up sucking them dry, but they didn't seem like they ever came out of that comatose state. So I'm trying to figure out, like, why would they bring him out of the comatose state then? Like, they're going to have to explain that, right? So maybe that's how the worms get transferred, right? Like, it builds up in his body over time. But I would hope they would explain that to us. Otherwise, they're leaving all those questions open-ended and unanswered.
See, I took it as the worms were keeping him alive and that he's been there since like the 1800s. And he was more likely one of the, maybe it wasn't a particular cicada thing, but I think he was trapped in those dungeons and he was like a story walker. And that's why they had to chain him there. Because once he ended up losing the cicadas, he ended up dying.
But why would he have the marine tattoo? How would he get that?
Because he was there in the 1800s. So he was a story walker before this cycle happened, Victor's cycle, and that's why he was chained there. And there's no other story walker.
I guess the U.S.
the Marines go way back.
It had to be like 1864, 1883 or some shit like
I thought they said the tattoo was sooner.
Computer, when did the U.S. Marine Corps become a thing? Let's see here.
That tattoo was one of the very first ones.
On November 10th, 1775.
1775.
But I'm saying, when the tattoo,
November 10th.
People went back and were trying to date the tattoo. I thought it was like a new.
Yeah, the tattoo was 1800. No, because the newest one has a different thing on top of it. That was like one of the plain original ones. Yeah.
In 1775.
So he's definitely from like the 1800s, maybe even before that. He's been chained there the whole time, and there was probably no story walker until Julie right now, because he was chained in. Maybe he was chained there, and that's why they kept him there with the cicadas alive for control. Maybe I'm just saying.
It's a good theory.
Guess anything's possible in this place, but I still hope they at least explain that though.
One of my friends had a theory, and it doesn't quite gel for me. He has a theory. Can you remember that argument between Julie and Randall?
Which argument?
The one in this
There's
the one that they just had
last episode.
Last episode.
That one.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to help him out again or help her no more or something like that. Yeah.
Right. My friend has a theory that was an act, because Julie's story walking has her knowing that the man in yellow is somewhere around, but she doesn't know who it is, and she's trying to put on an act.
She could be.
That could be a possibility. She doesn't. Maybe for right now.
I mean, I just took it as
for her to be the first one suspicious. I don't think so.
But I mean, it could be. Anything's possible, for sure. I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see what happens with those bits. I kind of can't wait to see what is going to turn out with it, with her messing with the town the way she is. what else?
Like also the bookmarks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see.
So
I
what if
noticed something about one of the signs in the town, and
which
I
one?
cannot think of it for love nor money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to watch the episode again to see which sign hadn't been there at the beginning, but seemed to appear when Julie wrote the bookmark. I'll find it.
Okay. I'll have to go
Scarlett,
back.
I will
when
be
they
right
went
back.
back in
I'm
the
just gonna
last
go put something away.
Yes, ma'am.
okay, cool.
It
The what was I
could
gonna
be. I'm
say?
trying
The
to think
last
because
one?
if I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, you're good.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna talk about the picture when Judy went back
It
to the
might be
supposed
the
Victor
motel sign.
cycle. That
Yeah.
wasn't
Hang on,
the
guys.
right
One at a
cycle.
time, please.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Jackson.
Sorry.
That when Julie went back to the alleged Victor cycle, those cars were different. I don't think that was the cycle that he went back to, like where Julie went back to. Went back to a different time than when that was Victor. The cars are different models, even though they're the same color. Everything's totally different.
Mm-hmm. Are you
Oh,
talking
I
about
didn't
That's
notice
what.
that.
Star Magic? The motel sign. Sit and spin.
It might be, yes.
Yeah,
I
that's
think so.
over time it's like you can kind of see when they go back to Victor's time, you see how the town seemed a little more shinier, even the toys that the kids play on the little play set or swing set. It's just kind of like we don't know why somebody could have hit it, so we don't know, but it just seemed like over time it fell off. For it could have been various reasons, but it kind of goes in with how the town is kind of worn since Victor's arrival. And hasn't sort of like reset back to its pristine. It's continuing to kind of deteriorate, similar to how the cabins at the settlement and the other little places that they're now kind of ruins that they're finding. It seems like these places eventually do kind of deteriorate over time, and then perhaps a new town has emerged somewhere.
There's a little fun fact
point. Possibly
about that.
Possibly. I'm saying that possibly just because we already have 3 sort of like variations of a town, and they all seem to like they've kind of deteriorated over time. And now the one that they're living in seems to, the only thing that we've seen that hasn't deteriorated, what is the church possibly? And if you want to include the basement at Colony House and the cellar, those seem to be original things possibly that haven't fully deteriorated over time. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, of course, possibly the lighthouse. I mean, how could I forget the lighthouse?
Oh, I'll be right back.
No worries.
I love the accent.
But yeah, I'm not sure. Jackson, it could be. I took it as it was Victor's time, but because I thought they said, I'm trying to see. That was on the last episode, or was it in this one? I can't remember. So many different bits now. I'm trying to remember where I'm at. I'll have to go and see because I don't think I'm trying to remember if there was a car. Did they have a car in it that was the same that I saw? I'll have to really note that then and go back and look because I didn't even think that it was a different time period. I kind of asked, but it looked like it was. I thought it was around the same period when he entered. Because I don't know if they had time. I'm sorry. Did you think it was like before or after his time?
I couldn't really tell you because, to be honest, but all I can tell you is they're not the same make and models of the vehicles that were there before. It could be a production issue, but I don't know if the show would do it. But they're totally different cars. And like, if you look in different spots, there's different spots too. Like there's bodies over here, and then there's a tree over here, but there's nothing. It's just different compared to the first season one that you see.
And that could be a production thing because if you think like. Perhaps things, especially the nature things like certain grass areas or something like that might have changed over time because that was like from season 1 stuff, season 2.
I think that was season 1, wasn't it?
I think season 1, but I wanted to give it to season 2 too, just in case I didn't know if we saw any of that in season 2, like the flashbacks to that. So, I mean, I don't know. Because, see, they did that with a few things now that we're not sure if they're production sort of deals when they're showing stuff. Like the RV, right? Like the question, is that a sign that they're showing us on the RV? Does it have something to do with the the lunar moon cycles and what have you? Or is it just, hey, they had two different ones because they wanted one on the road that was viable for the road for them to drive. And then they just already had one set up in the crash area because they wanted to make sure it was set up. And it was two different RVs. And I would have thought they would have made sure they were as identical as they could have been. But did they, you got the tree there. It looked like there was some symbolism on there. So I don't know. Like, it's hard with this show to know if the little details like that are just mishaps or if they are intended for us to say, oh no, this is actually there's a difference here for a reason. So I have to really look at those two scenes. That'd be something good to look at this week coming up. Since we're going to be in kind of like the downtime, because I might try to clip some like the original with Victor's memories as a kid walking through that scene, and then clip out Julie's and see what we see. I'm kind of interested to see.
And there was something else that I have completely forgotten it.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Jackson?
So I usually can pick out little things like that. Like one of them was she was mentioning the Magic Motel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Star Magic
Motel.
The
Star Magic, yeah.
Okay, so that Star Magic Motel, it's a black sign, and then it says Star Magic. The black star magic is connected to the Yellow King. If you know who the Yellow King is, whether it's Lovecraft or William Chambers or any of those guys, that that is connected to the Yellow King.
Okay.
So they're pretty much throwing us in our face right here with a motel that's a black sign that says that's supposed to be black magic. That's how I took it.
Okay.
And so we'll have to see. And I'm kind of curious of where they're going to go with the lore, right? Because they're throwing stuff like you said, a lot of folks are seeing if they're into Lovecraft and they know the lore behind that, they kind of see them, all these different pieces for that. We got the sort of Christian Catholicism, Greek mythology, these different Norse. And so I am really curious to see what they're going to hit on as their final sort of like. I know it's not going to be any one of those particular, but where they're going to set their pin at as far as what this entity is in the end, what this place is that seems to embody nightmares, yet isn't anywhere necessarily that you can go to. You kind of have to get, you get lost and find your way there. Just happen to be there. It's a place you can't try to find if you were looking for it. So it's very interesting of how they're describing this place and setting up the world of From, our characters, and the entity. Is really exciting to see. David says there's definitely symbolism on the RV. What's up, Marilyn? And everybody giving you some birthday love. Miss Dana, we got Green Spider hanging out. I saw Bill Chill pop in as well. Welcome, guys. See, YHM. Are we ranking all the episodes? I haven't seen all the episodes. How do I 9, 7, 8? How are we ranking what we haven't seen?
Well, Jerry ranked it earlier tonight. He had not a live stream, but he uploaded a video and he ranked 1 through 9 in what he thought was the best. Pretty good video.
Is that his ranking?
9, 7. I think he put 9 as the best, or no, 7 as the best, and then 2 as the second best. I can't remember exactly the whole order, but yeah, he seemed to be really excited about episode 7, and 6 through 9 are even better than 5. He said. So yeah.
So 9 means bad.
9 means good.
Well, I don't know. I can't rank all of it yet.
Episode 1 and 7 for episode 2 and so forth.
No, that just means the order of 1 through 9. The episodes 1 through 9, his favorite to his least favorite.
Confusing.
Does that mean YHM? You got the episode? Did you see them already? I have not. So no spoilers, please. If you guys have.
No spoilers, please.
See, David says 7 slabs leading to the will of Samsara.
Yeah, I watched that video. Yeah.
Like the cave painting leading to the infinity sign. Also, the 5th slab with Jim's blood. The 5th column and the Terrorfold journey. Okay, we got the hangman, the moon, and the I can't even remember how to say that. The Hierophant. I'm terrible with names.
Hierophant. Yeah,
something like that. Y'all know I can't.
We'll figure it out someday.
Y'all know I'm horrible with that stuff. But yeah, I mean, hey, again, all the different symbolism that they use in this show that points us in all the different directions, man. I cannot wait till they actually show us what it is. Oh, and Miss Breezy K, welcome, hun. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday.
Yeah, George.
Right, Heather. It was close enough. Look, man, words are hard.
George Lucas used 13 different religious beliefs when he created Star Wars. So that's part of what makes this so great. You don't know exactly what this is. You might have an idea, but then we're off on it. It's exciting.
Now, what I'm also looking forward to when
I
we
haven't
come back
theorized
is
so much about the show, and not like this.
Yeah,
not like
it's even better than Lost, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm looking forward to when we get back from our little break is to see what our girl Tabitha is going to do now that she has had a memory and remembered how to kill the poppets, or to at least take them out to a degree. And again, I'm assuming it was just a stabby stab, but what if there's more to it, right? What if she remembered how they bound them, how they got them to stay in the water? The whole, are we going to make more of these items now that she knows there's ways to fight back in this place, at least against certain nightmares? I really am looking forward to Tabitha sort of coming into her side of the reincarnation a little bit more. Like, we've gotten so much, I feel like, with Jade. I'm really looking forward to seeing a little bit more of Tabitha. It's like, we know, okay, she had to go get the kids. We know that about Miranda. We know a little bit about, like, now her as a little girl, but really we still, I want to get more of those bits from both of them, really. But, and then see what Jade does with his newfound knowledge as well. Like, between the two of them, like, they're going to kind of almost go on these separate paths, but I'm waiting to see how it comes together with the two of them as the original folks. What do you guys think we're going to get with Miss Tabitha and or Jade? What do you think their revelations are going to lead them to do?
Yeah, that's hard to say.
What about you, Mr. Jackson? Or
I was just going to say Jackson. He read my mind.
Well, what I think is going to happen is, in general, I think, we're going to see them probably die like everybody else. They might just get like a little further. I think what's going to happen is Sophia is going to probably have a little more of a hand than we know when it comes to the townspeople. Like, besides Patty going in there and running her mouth, she may be able to mind control people into wanting to turn on Jade, as well as all the other stuff that's going on. So I think a lot of that could be possible, on top of, and it might probably just be all the random colony people that really go form a mob lynch after them. It may not just be Boyd or Ellis or Donna. It's going to be all the, the red shirts. They're going to end up killing them in some way, shape, or form.
So what do you think, like, what they got revealed in this particular episode, what Tabitha saw and then what Jade saw? What do you think coming into the next episode, like, what do you think they're going to kind of get into? You think Jade's going into the tunnels? Do you think Tabitha's going to try to spend more time here at the settlement to get more memories? Or did what she saw help her in some other way? Is she going to start trying to, like, I don't know, make stabs or something, and spears or whatever these totems are? Like, I'm just curious, what do you think their next step is into the next episode now that they have kind of these little mini revelations?
So I think Fatima's going to keep up with the golem, which should be close to getting almost done. Tabitha and them are going to make their way back from the settlement by giving them the news.
Yeah.
Jade and this guy are going to have like a little not an argument. We've seen kind of like from the trailer a little bit, but it's going to be like a little, I don't trust you. Can we trust what you see? They're eventually going to go down to the colony house basement. I think Acosta is going to find something that can guide them through those doors down there. And they're going to find a sledgehammer, or have to go get a sledgehammer, because they're going to have to either break a wall to find the door that's there, or break more walls to even go through. Once they get through, I don't think it's going to be as easy as we're just going to find this. And like, it all depends, because it's daytime right now. The monsters should be down there sleeping, you would think, unless there's going through the tunnels or to the doors, there's a way around the monsters. So it's going to be kind of rough. I think they're going to run into some shit down there. I mean, some stuff down there. I think they're going to run into some
Agreed.
monsters, and whether they're sleeping or they're going to have to tiptoe or whatever and work together. I think maybe he'll find the slabs if they even get that far, and he's going to realize that that was him getting put in there, that in that vision. So it was his, so the little boy. So let's just say he was seeing the little boy that got
Mhm.
sacrificed in third person, like through his first person view, and that
Right.
was him, the kid getting thrown down in there and then covered up, and they probably
Yeah.
closed it up on him.
So you think this might be Jade even? If they had if
Yeah,
Tabitha had like a younger version of herself, it could be like they were both one of the children. That'd be really crazy to think.
they might be all like at this particular point. There might be 10 or 12, 10 or 12 kids running around that I'm guessing, because there's going to be the number 12 is significant, whether it's going to be 12 adults sacrificed or 12 kids sacrificed to get out of this place. Like, I'm still going by the allegory I see in the cave paintings in the bottom right corner, what that
Yeah.
read, and I and I and it's red too at that, meaning like it's not good. It's not red
Mhm.
people. It means you're doing a ritual with something. So whether it's 12 kids or 12 people, townspeople that got to be sacrificed to complete the story, because that's what I think. I think they got to complete the story to go home. None of them have completed it. They've always failed, and the man in yellow is always trying to stop them from completing the story.
Yeah.
And eventually, they have to complete it. But once they find out, like Donna said, or not Donna, Elizabeth Saunders said, when they find out what they got to do to go home, they're not going to want to do it. So that makes
Yeah.
me think it's 12 kids you got to sacrifice to go home. And that means
Mhm.
11 kids, including Ethan.
Mhm.
But I could be wrong.
I know, right? I mean, it's good theories, you know. I mean, I'm down to hear
Yeah.
them all.
Someone was saying that Jade might try to sacrifice Ethan. We'll see what happens with that.
Right. Let's see
Well,
what you
when
guys-
Jade is in
I
that
don't
casket,
think
go ahead.
Jade would do that.
I don't think he would either, but that's somebody's theory I listened to on YouTube. I'm like, man, that don't sound like the Jade I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see what you guys
So
in the
fella could
chat
probably
are
touch him or
saying.
something and make him do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Miss
People change.
Caroline. Got Caroline hanging out with us. What's up, hun? Welcome, welcome. Let's see what you guys
Yeah,
are
hi,
saying in the
people.
chat. Oh, we got lots of folks talking in here. We got David saying the secret to save the children. Jade needs to remember what is inside the box. And Julie is on a mission to save Jim. Indeed. What's up, Papa Socks? Welcome, welcome. Says, hey, panel. I hear you all. I hear
Anybody
you
else
all
think that
in here
skull
cooking up
Jade
solutions.
drank out of was one of his?
Oh,
Was one
sorry.
of his own?
Well, I got caught about half of that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That skull Jade drank the blood.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was one of his prior self's skulls. I think it was his skull.
It definitely could be. In 1 second, let me just catch up with the chat real quick. Papa Socks was saying, hey, panel, I hear you all in here cooking up solutions. That's right. You guys show Boyd and the Secret Society members how to discuss facts and figure this out. Right? We're trying. Breezy K says, I don't understand how Tabitha as a kid knew about killing them with spears. The nightmare we saw was a girl looking up screaming at a monster in an earlier season. Right. And I'm thinking like it's possible after whatever went to attack her, if it was these poppets, whenever she screamed, I'm assuming there were adults and other people around her, and perhaps whoever Jade was as a little boy, or maybe he was like a teenager at the time, or even one of the adults came in with one of those the totems and stabbed it with it, and then possibly they bound them with the rope in order to keep them, because I don't even know if they were able to stay under the lake every night. I have a feeling they came out every night, which is part of why the monsters came out at night. That was the fear of the town, right? We got the poppets coming in at night. They can't stop it. So what did they do? They tied them up and bound them to a degree. But I still think they were coming out every night when we hear the knocking on the cabins, but they couldn't.
Yeah.
They didn't have enough slack. They didn't have enough, they were pulled back. And so they were kind of out there every night. And then they made their way back to the water, I guess, as it got closer to morning, just like the monsters kind of do. I'm assuming it's following the same rules and logic, how a lot of the stuff in this place, whatever we see, it seems to follow the same pattern. The monsters, even the man yellow, and the monsters act similar, even though the man yellow is more powerful. the way the cicadas worked, all within the night, it's all a nightmare. Now we're seeing nightmares popping up. That was nothing but nightmares. So, I mean, there's just these continuing threads. So I think she stabbed it, or so. I mean, not her, but an adult or someone else stabbed the monsters. And that was kind of how she remembered. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Heather says Acosta finally gonna get her redemption arc. Indeed, she might. I mean, she's got every opportunity. Boyd gave it to her, so it is up to her. And what's up, Manicore? I saw you pop in as well. Welcome, hun. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll back down a little bit. What's up, McLight? It would be funny if Ethan and Julie turned on Tabitha and Jade, but in order to do that, they would need to develop a romantic and sexual relationship between Jade and Tabitha. Well, I mean, they tried. Jade doesn't not want to participate in the fuckery with her. I wouldn't say in a romantic relationship, but he's definitely trying to get her to come around and play nice with him. So we'll see if they work together and it kindles something. You never know. They might have a memory of them two together, and it might cause a romance in the end. Poor Jim. It's not fair.
It's not.
So easily forgotten.
Poor Jim. See, Dave says, in the tomb, he holds his hands in the way Father Cautry does. Yes, he kind of does. He's got his hands like over his knee, kind of holding his knee. I could see it. What's up, Summer Girl? Welcome, welcome. Scroll down. You guys are popping in here. See, David says, a fate worse for Tabitha, sacrificing her children. I think they were hunting Miranda. She told Victor and Eloise to hide. Then she dies. Then the massacre. Victor surviving enabled them to remember. Okay. And that is definitely a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
See, Heather TV says, I still find it confusing why we get a kid version of Tabitha in the past when she's supposedly one of the parents with Jade. Right. I know it is a little bit confusing for me too. And that's why I can't wait till they show us a little bit more about them. And maybe we will see a version of Jade as a little boy, maybe like a teenager or something like that around the village. And then we'll see them grow up kind of together in some sort of like vision. We get to see them kind of different ages or something like that. I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing at this point with that. Otherwise, I mean, it goes into, was Tabitha one of the children that was sacrificed? And then even more so, how long did they live in From? Like, okay, so they made it to From. Is From really within our reality? Did From pocket itself at some point? And if not, then how? Like, it could be like it was always here. And I kind of think From was always here, but I still think it pocketed itself at some point. But then again, it's hard to say. It could just be one of, again, going back to Lost, one of these sort of places like the island where it's a special location and it's going to move around. It's not somewhere you can always find. It's not going to be just something
Didn't Miranda say it's everywhere and nowhere? Because I think Henry said that's what Amanda, or not Amanda, what's her face?
Miranda.
Yeah, because she said it's a place that's everywhere and yet nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like a pocket universe.
And yet it exists seemingly is from the start of time. At least for their time, at least for whatever this cycle is and how they keep getting brought back. It's interesting. Again, doesn't even go back further than that. I know James, we kind of talked about that before. Like, if this was always was, always will be, always is, so to speak. They got, like, when Tabitha was a little girl, however it brought them there, they got there, they lived there, made a home there, and then this deal happened. Did it, like, I'm curious as to what did that change for them other than it kept bringing them back? But then if it brought them there to the first place, did the deal even matter? Like, is it making them think that there's a constant cycle they have to break, or did the cycle is really just a false sort of narrative to get them trapped and continuing to put them back in this prison? And they were always going to be trapped here. There was never an escape. They were brought here from the beginning, and they'll always be brought here. Because the way they show her now, it questions the sort of origins of From in relation to these colonists. Because, I mean, if they are always brought here back and back throughout a repeated cycle because of the deal that was made, well, they were already brought to From to begin with. So why were they brought it from to begin with? Did it know it was going to make this deal with them? Did it know it was going to put them in a constant repetitive cycle to break, quote unquote, said deal or whatever cycle? Like, it's starting to open up more of those origin questions as to, you know, what From is. How did it start? Which we already wondered about, but I'm like, okay, we got a little bit. So what does that mean? I don't know. What do you think, James? On From's origin so far, based off the bits that we have. You're muted, so I will move to someone else. Oh wait, no, you're unmuted.
Yeah.
Yeah, me T went down the wrong way, and I was coughing up a lung.
Oh no, you're good. But yeah, but James, I know we've kind of, like I said, we talked about it a little bit, but just going back to like Tabitha's storyline as a little girl and the origins of From.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What are some of your thoughts?
Well, it's like we were talking about the other night on the stream, as far as I think, you know, Fromville could have been always there, and the boy in white won the game, so it had to have a total reset. But like you said, it could still be the same people. You know, let's say this cycle, Jade and Tabitha win the game, whatever it is, they save the children, then if it resets the game and another group of people comes in next cycle anyway to start the game over anyway, it could still be the same souls over and over and over. And has it always been? I don't know.
Right. It does. It starts to make you question those things. Because, I mean,
pretty much,
if it brought them in from the beginning, and if From always was, always will be, if she grew up there, so to speak, before the pact was made, before it was what I would have thought, like it, you know, after the pact was made, okay, then they got sucked into From, and all these things started to happen, you know, because of what happened to the children. It's manifesting nightmares, because that seems like something that, you know, children would do.
Yeah.
But now it seems like it might be different than that. It seems like, okay, they've always been there. So if that's the case, then yeah, I'm kind of curious as to, is what we think to be the cycle, ending the cycle, fixing the cycle, whatever, is that even a thing? Or is that just part of the manipulation to keep them kind of coming back here, to give them a purpose while they're here, in order to give them that hope to cause suffering?
Yes. That's what I think. There's a part of me that truly believes this place can't be beaten. Once it starts, it has to finish, because a story without an end isn't a story.
Could be. I mean, it's very questionable now at this point where, you know, this is going to go. And I cannot wait, because they make us wonder and they make us think, and then we go crazy, and we can't stop. See,
they are absolute experts at that level of fuckery.
Indeed.
Those writers, I mean, I was raging at them at last episode. I was.
David says From is a place in the was it the psychoid realm? I know I'd probably just say that right, did I? It's fine. We'll go with it.
Psychoid. No, that's right.
I did. Holy crap! Where nightmares
my
manifest.
interpretations of the dreamlands.
Yeah.
But he said it in the psychoid. Yeah.
In a pocket dimension in the collective unconscious. Okay. And again, it could be.
And I swear, I never thought I would hear myself say this, but hell, they need Fred Krueger.
I love Elm Street.
They kind of got their own version of it to a degree. And the Man in Yellow seems to be a little bit like that now that he's popped up in the real world. So
I bet they're best friends, Freddy and the Man in Yellow.
The crazy part, the Man in Yellow is weak.
Because if he was kind of trapped in the dungeons or some part of that in some way, and he was released, he didn't just manifest himself walking around right away. Originally, I always saw it as, okay, he started as coming in as like Father Cautry and Tom, and he was kind of playing off of their psyche. Nobody could really see him except the person that was talking to him. The same way he was messing with Sarah, now that we know what the voice is. So he didn't really have like full power. And then the nightmares started, and it's almost as if he was feeding off of that. The nightmares got more and more intense, to the point that it wasn't just a little burn or a little water suffocation. It got to where the chick's whole entire chest caved in, her face was like ripped up and shit. So And then all of a sudden
That's-
it's like, wow, now I get 3 people to feed upon. Right now I've manifested myself
Yeah.
to this state, and I can now take these 3 for
There's-
myself, continuing to feed and feed and feed. But then it gets a little wonky after that, because once they break the music box, I thought that cut off his power source of feeding, but I guess he was still technically released. Breaking the music box only broke, now looking at it, the connection of Marielle, Julie, and Randall, as far as
we
the connection of
absolutely
keeping them
need
there.
the connection for Marielle.
Well, they're still connected, but what I'm trying to say is the connection that kept them asleep, so to speak, that kept them in, like,
Yeah.
you think of like a melody or a nursery rhyme you kind of read to your child at night, or you play a song for them as they go to bed, and it soothes them, and they kind of go, well, again, this place is dark and twisted, so it put them in this dreamlike state, or this unconscious state, where they're kind of almost in a nightmare constantly. And if you think about it, where they went to, if that is just like the Poppets and it is a nightmare, they did indeed go into a nightmare. Somebody's nightmare, and they were in it and continuing to feel it. So I think that when they broke the music box, it broke that connection. I'm not talking about it broke the connection of the man in yellow. He's still out. He's still connected to him. And you don't just easily break connections like that, but it broke the connection of keeping them under. Of keeping them going gentle into that good night, so to speak. But they're not out of it. I mean, they're not, obviously, they're still connected to this in different levels. The same thing with Fatima. Like, she's not fully out of it. She's still going to be connected. So I don't know.
He feels what
it's interesting
Smiley
to see how
feels.
they put in there, and we'll see. But I don't know. We'll see. I still like the nightmare theme they're continuing, even though I know they said they're not in a dream or a nightmare. Yet the world itself is something of nightmares, or it does manifest them. What Kenny's dad from, what was it, season 1, before his death, talked about, when you lose your mind or something, you get nightmares.
I remember that.
So there's something there with that. I mean, I don't know what it is, but they're hitting on it. They keep hitting on it. And with a season of confirmations, whether or not they're in a nightmare or dream, it's something.
I don't think it's a dream, but it's certainly an absolute nightmare situation. I will say that. There was something else as well that I've been toying with. The talismans. I don't think the talismans work. What I think makes them work is the belief in the talismans. I think the talismans are a false sense of security. And I think it's just their need to believe that has the talismans working.
And it could be. Definitely intent behind magic is very important. So
Exactly.
So definitely, if they have the intent for it, the way they made sure, like even Fatima, she's like, look, I don't know, but because of what your dad did, I now have faith, I now have belief, I now have intent. We're gonna see if it works. So it definitely could be the way Randall was telling him, you can't come in here, and I'm not afraid of you because I got the stupid rock.
Yeah. Oh, and they walked away. That was awesome.
But yet later telling him, like,
Randall,
no, you can't just wave it at us. It's not how it works at the at the ambulance later on. So yeah, there's definitely something. I don't know if it's just the intent. I mean, obviously magic, you have to have intent. Now I am curious if there was another ritual at some point placed upon these, where the stones came from, if they were just stones of this place, that they just some random stones they found, or if they had some kind of symbolism behind the original village or the original townspeople and sort of their practices. Because the fact that they have the 3 stone rocks outside of the little settlement and the totems, the wooden totems, you would think they were doing some sort of rituals.
Yeah.
Right, Captain? Like, that looks like ritual or belief. Like, that's not just like Catholicism or Christianity. That's like some other kind of pagan stuff. Oh, yes. You're muted.
Am I back
You're
now?
muted, Captain. Yeah, you're muted.
Hi, Captain Shriver.
Whoa, hello.
There you are.
It's been really nice talking to you in
you
the chats on YouTube videos, Cap.
Oh, have you seen my videos?
It really has.
Awesome. So I didn't understand it. Did you say you did watch them?
Oh,
Is she still there?
not sure.
Pardon?
I didn't catch what you said to me about the videos.
I said it's been really nice talking to you on the YouTube videos. You always say hello to me, and it never fails to make me smile.
Oh,
So
yeah, like when I
thank
see
you for
you,
that.
when I
Thank
see you in other,
It's
you're welcome.
lovely.
You're welcome. I'm honored to do it. Yeah, you're talking about like on other YouTube channels from.
Yes.
Yeah, we run into each other all the time, and I make sure I say hi to her. Absolutely.
Nice.
Every time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
And
yeah.
it's such a lovely thing to see. It really is.
Well,
Nice.
you're welcome. I'm glad I
But,
can make your day.
But yeah, so like going back to the village and stuff, I kind of forgot what the question I had actually asked.
I did too.
But
something
no, I know
about
I was
how
talking about the original settlers, like whatever they were practicing with there should have been some other rituals, I would think, behind the talismans, because it showed the totems at the settlement, it showed the 3 stones with the red paint on them and stuff like that, Captain. So I'm assuming those don't look like Christian sort of like rituals or anything that would be put up in order to protect oneself from evil or things like that. So these seem more pagan rituals. So I would assume the talismans are similar in that manner, that they had some sort of ritual behind them, or do you think they were just stones somebody found and like, okay, we believe it, so therefore it is?
Well, I think that the stones have something to do with the indigenous peoples of America when they first came here. 1508 is when this started, and I got a theory that somehow, some way, the indigenous people either cursed the people of that town.
Yes.
And somehow the talismans come in. And then I also heard a theory that Julie sets up the talismans. And I didn't get the whole story behind that. So. But something's up with that. And yeah, I mean, as far as like it being a Catholic symbol thing, it wouldn't surprise me because Catholicism is a mix of paganism and Christianity. That's how it started under Constantine. But as far as we're from, there are some rituals that we're going to find out about. These talismans we're going to get figured out. They're not going to, I highly doubt they're going to ignore the talismans. I think it's too big of a thing to ignore. And if the monsters, if they don't put a talisman on that door down in the basement at Colony House, they're in trouble.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. If they open it up, I'm assuming that Boyd, if nothing else, would board it. He would find some way to secure the door if they go down there, because I don't think they would leave it open either.
No.
Yeah, and they only got 12 talismans, right? Isn't it 12?
Right. I think it was 12. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, they're definitely gonna have to like either they're gonna have to find some way to secure it, just like they would the windows and other things like that. Lock it. I don't know if they could try to put a lock on it. I mean, they fixed up the post office after the car crash, so they were able to fix that up in a sense of patching it up so that it's no sort of breach. I guess the car's still kind of like shoved in there, but I guess it's good enough. It's fine. They can't apparently, the way the rules work here, they can't pull anything out of the window. But if the window's left open, I don't know. Whatever. It's the from rules, right? Who are we to argue with it? We don't even know how the hell they work. But it's gonna be curious, though. I want to see how that they give us the bits with that.
The symbolism is a big deal.
And what the settlers were, right? Like, did they come over here with Christianity, or were they already worshiping some sort of pagan gods? Because I mean, they can't be throwing that much sort of craft and things at us. And then these people, they had to get it from somewhere. They brought it with them, or
I think they got it from the indigenous peoples. They're the indigenous people, what we would normally call Indians. But I have a friend in California, and she got me to say indigenous instead, because it's the truth. We came into their land and took their land. That's just reality. But I think there's some. Yeah, go ahead.
Columbus was the only reason why he called them Indios in Spanish was because that meant with God. So he wasn't even calling them Indians. He was trying to say that they were indigenous people with like that were focused on God. But but he never came over here. He was more like in India over there in that region.
Yeah, that he kind of stumbled across our area. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some
now
say
I'm kinda
Eric the Red
curious,
was the
though.
first to find the place the Vikings found this first.
There's a lot of
Well,
stories out
it was
there.
way before. It was way before that. See, that's what I was like with when it comes to from. You
Mhm.
can't really touch any type of religion unless you go back to the original source, right?
Right.
So the
Yes.
original
Makes
source,
sense.
you would have to go back to Mesopotamia,
Way back.
and way back. Now,
Yeah.
those people believed that when you pass away,
Mm-hmm. Oh, did we lose you?
You still there, bro?
Oh no, it was right in the middle of the
oh
thought.
wait, I'm here,
There he is. There he
There
is.
you
There
are.
he
You're
is.
back.
All right. All right.
Okay, sorry. So so Mesopotamians believed that once you passed, you weren't dead. You entered some type of different state of consciousness. And when you entered this state, you had a lot of trials and tribulations and a lot of questions to answer because it's like it signifies you're on a journey, right? So you're pretty much on a journey when like in the afterlife, and it's basically their interpretation of Gnosticism and the seven archons, or the Baraka, the Bakara in Buddhism. So they're all pretty similar, but they derived back then. So they believed that you had to go to this place that had different rules, different sets of obstacles and trials, and you had to remember who you are to navigate that realm. They specifically said realm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that from what David said about that terminology word, I'm going to use it as the dreamlands and the void. So I think what's happening here, it could be a very good possibility that these characters that we see in this place are being used by good against evil, and this is your battle between heaven and hell, the cosmos versus
Right.
earth, and everything that they're going through they have to achieve in order to prove. You know how when there were everything that Sophia was saying in the last couple of episodes was talking about, that you had one of them that defied by stealing and taking stuff that they weren't supposed to
Yeah.
take. And then you had the other one, which was basically sacrificing to see if he will do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're using that for our human characters in this void plane of the dreamlands, where they're using that as a battlefield, and they're let's say the good gods, that's their pawns, and then all the evil gods are trying to go against them, and that's their way of fighting Ragnarok.
It could be.
I
It
get
definitely
that.
could be. Because I mean, they're pulling from all of the old lore, so I mean, it's possible that they're going to take it that far back and try to put it, or take at least the spirit of that lore and try to make it into their own. I mean, it's definitely a possibility. Apocalyptico is basically the prequel to From. And yeah, I mean, at this rate, they're pretty in for quite an apocalypse on the town. I mean, or at least a massive massacre of folks. So we'll see. I mean, they're definitely throwing us a lot of different, now very, very strong, sort of Christian or, Catholicism references and stuff like that. So it's so hard for me to say, like, I hear where you're coming from with it. Because it is what Fatima said, all paths lead to the divine. Everybody has all these different thoughts and mythologies, but they all lead down, back to the same road, so to speak. So that is very possible. It's very possible that it goes by many names. So just, this entity, I go by many names. I've been many lores, but this is my true name. This is my true, what have you. I mean, I could see it.
I'd be
And I
curious to
want to
know if
see.
any. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say that I think it's gonna be leaning more because everybody thinks it starts at the Garden of Eden, right? When you see with the pictures and stuff, and the original Garden of Eden is pretty much Mesopotamia. Like a lot of people think that Sumerian culture is mythology, and no, Greek is mythology, Roman is mythology. Sumerian mythology is not a mythology; it's real. It happened. It wasn't the first civilization in times. So if you're gonna go by anything, that's where the original Garden of Eden and floods and all that stuff happened, and it just spun off into different type of. Well, you can let's just say the Sumerian story of the Tower of Babel is how everything got discombobulated and switched, and then it was Pangean,
Yep.
so they migrated everybody over east, and that's how that changed everything. So if you go back to that
Mm-hmm.
original source, that's when they tell people that humans were created by them. And I wouldn't be surprised if it goes that far that the man in yellow or whoever the big bad is going to tell them, you're here because we created you or something to that nature.
I mean, it
I'm
could be.
curious. I'm curious to know if anybody still thinks it's a parallel universe theory and
No.
not more of a religion. You know,
If you want to consider, because you know what, the underworld was considered here in Sumerian culture, and the heavens were just considered the cosmos. Like a lot of people misinterpret like Earth being like hell. Like hell, that's I mean that's what pretty much what they were talking about. So when you go to the
yeah.
underworld, you're actually going like into a human avatar when they come here, releasing your chakras and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That makes so much sense. Given my own personal death story, that makes so much sense. I have been trying to make sense of it for 30 years.
What?
The man in yellow is like acting like a fallen angel that knows
Yes.
scripture to you
Mhm.
know what I mean. So
Yeah.
he knows everything and using everything. He's just mocking him because I see
Yes.
David in the chat had said Abraham never intended. Yeah, he didn't intend him to sacrifice his son, but so Sophia wants them to sacrifice everything. There's the
Right.
difference that's going on there.
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Yeah. Oh no, there's definitely the fallen star aspect. We definitely get that along with if you see what the license plate, the stars fall on Alabama, and then we get
The,
the
the
magic star
starling.
fall. That's again talking about the
Yeah.
fallen star. Lucifer being a fallen star. We get
Yep.
high references of the twisted nature of Catholicism or Christianity. We've
Yeah.
got a Fatima as a twisted Virgin Mary. We get even within the music box, taking the three and all the three that they keep referring to. That's sort of a mock to God as well. Usually, the devil does come by threes in order to mock him. So you can see a lot of those. Now, whether he is Lucifer, the morning star, but definitely a character like that. Yeah, definitely a fallen star or a fallen angel of sorts.
Well, and he
that
takes
has all this power. I could see that.
he takes 1/3
Yeah.
of the
Sticking with the
angels
black
with
man.
him too. It wasn't just Lucifer that fell. 1/3 also of the angels fell because they were in open end rebellion against God. And in the book of Revelation, it talks about how the dragon's tail swept the stars down with them. So yeah, I mean there could be
Yeah, that
like
was
you could look at them.
esotericism.
Yeah, you could look at the
When it,
man in yellow as Lucifer and all these other freaks walking around at night as like fallen angels, like mocking humanity and smiling and it's pretty interesting.
well, that was just basically the Catholic or version of the Book of Enoch. They were
Well,
just
and
explaining. They
Isaiah
were
and
just
yeah,
yeah,
Isaiah and Ezekiel
and when you
also
go to
talk about it.
Revelations, they tell you everything that Isaiah and Ezekiel and all them people said, and that's basically what's going on now with all the flying saucers or whatever you want to call in the sky. And then
Yeah,
when they talk
I think
about
you're
that they're
right.
drinking water, and when they're drinking water and their hair is falling off and shit, that's nuclear war. That's radiation.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all these UFOs. On my YouTube channel, we actually watched some of the footage that the government released, and they just released more today. Better
Oh,
looking
Oh, I'm
footage.
always on it.
I absolutely have to see that.
Yeah.
'Cause As an
Yeah.
amateur astronomer, I've seen a couple of things that I can't explain.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff out there for
That's
sure.
all I'm saying.
TV is predictive
Um,
programming. That's all it is. They're programming everybody to
Yeah.
get
Yes.
ready for this since like
Yes.
the 50s.
Right.
Well, I
That
think
is
all
the
the
reason.
UFO.
Right.
I think all the UFO stuff going on right now, when the rapture does happen, it's going to be blamed on alien abduction. It makes perfect sense.
Well,
That's
we'll
what
have to
would
see. I
do.
don't want to get too far off from though, because I want to make sure this is really about everybody's theories
Let's get
tonight.
back
I
to
want to get
From.
off of that.
Yeah.
Definitely want to get to the chat. So let's see. Marilyn says music seems very important in From. The show repeatedly focuses on songs, melodies, voices, and sound as if they are connected to the village itself. Yes, that is a very high thread that they are following in the show, and I look forward to seeing fully. I mean, they've given us a little bit of how the melody works, or at least the significance of it with the children and the sacrifice, or what happened to them right before they were sacrificed. And how it was helping them to remember bits. We get the melody within the music box. So there's a lot with that. And I do want to see more with that. I don't want them to kind of like let that fall to the wayside. I want to see more with the melody and or nursery rhymes, right? Because we still, I mean, that nursery rhyme, Baka knows it. Are we going to get back to that? I want to see more with that when we get back. I know it's hard to make sure to fit in all the characters and all the bits, but I do hope they don't leave us hanging with those, because they built it up so much at this point. To just leave those threads would be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Let's see. David says Fringe explained the pocket universe pretty well, spot on. It was a psychoid realm in that show as well, different from the parallel universes.
Yes, David, Fringe was fantastic.
I love Fringe.
Science.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That show was fantastic. I bought that on Blu-ray.
What's up, Michonne? It says, hey, gang, there's so many hits, indeed. And a lot of bits, right? I mean, how many bits we got now? We got like 20 threads going on at one time, and how are they going to make them all come together?
People, hit that like button.
And I can't wait to see. Indeed, hit the like, subscribe, share it out to your friends, notifications, all the bits.
Yeah, we had 25 people in here and only 5 thumbs up. 25 people, only 5 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
So now I got a question for everybody. Kind of continuing on with the episode we had. All right, so we got to see what last episode and into this episode, we're kind of checking out some images that Victor had drawn of the man in yellow. Do y'all think we'll get to see any of the other ones? We saw 2, really. I mean, you kind of see a third there in that one frame, but it's one of those where like they just give us enough to kind of see it, but not to truly make out what the entirety of the image is. Like this, we can clearly see what's going on in this image. So I'm curious, y'all think we'll see any of those other images? Is Victor going to give up the goods? You think, Captain?
He may go into isolationism after all this, because how it freaks his father out. He might not want other people to freak out. But then again, Boyd on the roof asks him in the preview, can you tell us more about this man in yellow? And he says, I think so. So he may be bringing out more artwork. He might have a whole display.
All right, we're going to dig any more holes and find any more bits.
Yeah, there's treasure out there.
What do you think, Miss Sit and Spin? Do you think we'll see any more of the images that he revealed?
Oh, yes.
Daddy?
Oh, yes. That drives me nuts. They've been there all this time. They know Victor has drawings. They know he has drawings of events. And they don't take them into consideration because they don't take Victor into consideration.
They don't, right.
He's...
He's a treasure trove of information.
Yeah, and because of his learning differently.
Him having such a hard time, trying to, because he's so put back, right? Like he's still got that mental state of a child where he doesn't want to open up. He doesn't want to talk about. He's scared.
Yeah, that mental age is why people aren't taking him into consideration, and yet he knows more than anybody about this place. But the fact that he has the mentality of a child, he's terrified, and his mind's completely blocked it out because he was a child, and at one point he was in that place alone.
Memory suppression.
Probably only Peaches.
Right. Which is what I like about Boyd this season, and the fact that he is talking to Henry when they had the powwow on episode 1. Is like, hey,
Yeah.
we need to talk to Victor, and he's like, let me. And Henry's like, no, I'll do it first. So Henry's going to come in, and he's got some bits. So I hope Boyd doesn't forget about that and drop the ball with that. I hope he comes back and picks that back up and says, hey, what did we find out? Did he give up anything? What can I, get the rest of those images? Can we have another powwow and sit down and be like, what's up with this? What's up with that? Like anything, just don't drop that ball.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Jackson? What are your thoughts on these images? Are we going to get any more of these bits, or do the 2 that we see or 3 all we're going to get from the images?
I think we're going to get a couple more images. I just don't know if they're going to be from Victor. I think everything that Victor has, I think he's just going to have to go get. Like, we've seen the majority of them. Does he have anything else hidden? I'm not sure. That's always a possibility. I think we have a better chance of Acosta finding some type of picture or paper or something.
Okay. So you don't know if we'll see any more of these? Episode. Like of these in particular? Because I think there was it looked like he had a little stack. And we got to see 2, possibly a third to a degree when he revealed him to his dad. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know if we'd get to see
and that
any
stack,
more.
Do you consider that stack like the same, like more still? You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying I'm curious if we're going to see any more from because we only see this one, the one other they really show us, and then you see a quick frame of the one that's kind of underneath the pile, but you don't really get a full clear shot of it. And then it looked like there were more images in that stack. So I was curious if we'll see.
Yeah,
any
we'll
more
see
out
those
of
stacks. I think we can see some from those stacks that we haven't seen before, but I don't think we'll find nothing else.
Yeah.
Right. I'm hoping they're going to have a powwow with Boyd and say, here, this is what we found, and they go over the images like Tabitha and Jade did when they went over the ones that he gave them for Eloise. I'm hoping we get something like that. And we still didn't get to see, I think, fully all of those, but I want a layout. I want us to because y'all can't have a stack of images like this and not be looking through them. Right? They're going to make me lose my mind. Right.
Yeah, it don't make sense to ignore that information.
That's right. We want the juicy ones, right? So many bits, and we need the juicy bits the most.
Yeah, we want the bloody ones.
Yes.
I want the good bits. I want the details to explain the bits. Bloody or not, I just want the good.
Isn't it brilliant, though, how the writers of this show are using a man and his 40 years of coloring and drawing to make things come to light? It's beautifully written.
Right. And Dana, what do you think about our images here? This particular stack that we've gotten this season. You think we'll see any more than the 2 or 3 we've already seen, or you think we'll get to see all of them?
I think it's all going to depend on what Kenny does, because right now I think they're in Kenny's possession.
I know he's got this one. I don't know if he has the full stack.
I think he's gonna be like, okay, what's this? And he's gonna be the one to find. He's gonna get all of them because one's gonna lead to the others.
Gotcha.
And it's just all gonna be on what Kenny does with them. Now, I am not sure if Kenny is going to go to Boyd or if he's gonna go to Donna, because he's kind of been having a relationship with Donna as of late. Mm-hmm. Being the one to take care of Colony House while she's gone. Ever since everything's happened between him and Boyd, he's kind of been staying at Colony House because the Matthews family took over he gave the Matthews family his house. And remember, he's been staying at Colony House. So as of late, he's been closer to Donna than he has to Boyd. So I think he's going to go to Donna with the images. And now that this kind of resurgence of Donna maybe being sus again, and I'm not fully on board, but there's been more stuff that has reopened that kind of what if. Yeah. And what if Donna says, all right, keep this to yourself. Mm-hmm. Or I'll take it to Boyd, and she never does.
Okay.
What if she just doesn't get the chance? Because
that could be true too. Yeah, it could be true too.
I just hope Sophia don't come in and infiltrate somehow.
What I mean?
She's always in the back of my mind now this season when we talk about stuff like this, like especially with Kenny, who is he to go talk to about something? And then, or Sarah, certain characters, I'm like, this little chick here is just right there to cut in and cause the fuckery. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm so worried because we see, and I think Michelle, you were asked about the CPR, and yeah, so we see for the next episode that somebody's going to not be in a great health state. We don't know if they're going to pass or not, but at least something happened to them. And with her floating around these images at Colony House and talking about who would receive them, like, do we know? I wonder. I can't remember. I have to go back and watch the trailer for the next episode again. But I can't remember who was all in that scene. Was Donna there? Do y'all remember?
It was Tabby was the last one holding the mouth. You had Marielle and Chrissy looking at each other. Boyd was doing the CPR. The person kind of looked a little small, though. They didn't look as big as Don on the bottom from the way his arms were, but that's just me. And a bunch of townspeople were there.
I was just curious if Donna was there, only in the sense of like who would be there that Kenny would be giving these images to. So if he's going to hand these images over to say Donna, hey Donna, I found this. If Sophia's in the background, like how she's been snooping and she sees that, is she going to then, in order to grab these and get rid of them, so to speak, maybe?
I think he gives them to Boyd. Doesn't the trailer show him giving them to Boyd? I'm sorry,
I can't remember.
I could have swore. Yeah, I could have swore the trailer showed Kenny showing it to Boyd before he goes up to the roof to talk to Victor, because he takes that same picture to show to Victor and ask if he can remember. So I'm pretty sure because Kenny saw the jacket, but Kenny didn't have the conversation with everybody and after all
about
that
all
happened.
the other
So he knows of So he knows of the jacket.
Kenny
so that
was not
picture,
there. Kenny wasn't there.
He was there later. I think he came in later after the conversation and saw the jacket.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say he wasn't there.
or
for
before.
the
It was like, well, yeah, it
conversation.
was before or after where he went to talk to Boyd and he seen the yellow jacket on Boyd's desk, but he wasn't there during the whole conversation.
Right. Let me see. Let me see if I can't look at it. You guys in chat, let me know. The trailer is
quick. Let me ask you. Can I ask you a quick question? I got to run to Dollar General. Are you doing giveaways? I don't want to.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
Okay.
That's for
okay. Cool
Venus.
beans.
We will be doing that tomorrow night and Sunday night on Miss Venus.
I'll be right back. I got to go to DG.
No worries.
Speaking of giveaways, I have to check if I've won the one I entered the other week. Oh, fingers crossed.
Oh man, I don't even think I entered. You're supposed to enter this one?
No. There's no enter in this giveaway. There is, but it's during the stream. So tomorrow night on Dana's, we will be doing giveaways for you guys for her birthday. All you have to do is be in the chat, be subscribed. I will I will put or drop a like a hashtag with a word, and you'll have to type that into the chat.
Yeah.
And we tell you guys to, and that will enter you into the raffle.
Yes, and now
raffle.
The items that we're giving away, unfortunately, are only available to those in the US because of shipping stuff. But I am going to be giving away MGM monthly subscriptions to those who want.
Oh, that's nice.
Out of the country, so there will there will be chances for both people within the US to win some stuff, and for our people like you, Miss Sit and Spin, who are outside of the US.
Thank you. But
so there'll be stuff for everybody.
Nice. That's lovely. That really is lovely.
Yeah, I just feel bad because I've tried to ship items to people outside of the US before.
At the minute, shipping is all over the place.
It's not about the cost. It's not about the location. I have had stuff get gobbled up by customs.
Oh, bloody
and
hell.
Some of the items are handmade, one of a kind kind of items that can't be replaced, and I just feel bad that they're just stuff I can't. I don't want to take the chance. But to allow people outside of the US to participate, we'll be giving away some MGM Plus subscriptions.
That's lovely. That's lovely. But that's awful about customs. Yes, I've had the same thing when I tried to send a gift to my partner who lives in Sweden. It went to customs and it almost turned into a fight.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. They don't make it easy. You'd think you were shipping friggin' contraband or something. Like it's a light.
Yeah,
like it's a light. Like it's a Funko Pop. It's a T-shirt. Like it's stuff. So
yeah, I get it.
Maybe one day if things get better, but for right now, unfortunately, I can't ship outside of the US.
Which is perfectly understandable.
So we found another way to allow you guys to participate.
I'm sorry, I was looking up for the trailer. I think JH he's got a video breakdown, but I think it's the full trailer at the beginning. I don't think
he shows the full trailer at the beginning. No,
I don't think
have a problem.
I don't think he'll kill us for showing it. Hopefully he won't send the milkman
right.
after
He'll
us.
just send the milkman at us. Like who knows at this point?
What's up, Billy? Yes, you guys go check out Billy's book, Last Days of the Bad Moon. It's got its own little twist in it. Lots of dark theories in there, conspiracy theories and such. Got a little Cerna bits, a little dark Hollywood vampire bits, some aliens.
Nice.
All kinds of bits. You guys definitely go check that out. But yeah, I'll bring up the trailer that week. And I was looking at it too. I seen what you're talking about now, Jackson. There's a point where Boyd has like a piece of paper in his hand. So I'm gonna bring it up.
I haven't. Hold on.
And give me just a second to bring it up. But for anybody out there who does not wish to see it, I guess this is kind of like your forewarning. We're going to be talking about it. Apologies if you were not into watching it, but we're going to check it out. And again, thank you, Mr. JH, for allowing us. Just don't send the milkman after us, please. And we will keep Sarah safe.
And if you're not subscribed to Mr. JH, you have to go check him out because his videos are hilarious. And he cosplays as Boyd and the milkman. And he just did a funny bit with Boyd and Sophia.
That was great.
So go check out Mr. JH.
I loved his sentiments to Miss Sophia because she, deserved that push.
She did.
Just a little bit, okay?
I don't writing for Sophia is on point. Such a little pot stirrer.
Right. And Vic, if you're still around,
no worries.
Please drop JH's link if you can.
If not, I'm gonna grab it because I'm on his.
Yeah, I'll do it too. I don't have the chat open, so I didn't know if she was still.
I'll grab it after we show it. All right. So, a minute. It's not too long. But we'll watch through it, and then I will. Actually, I need to turn my other TV on. I wasn't ready. Oh, not prepared. Oh no, I don't know what the remote is to turn my dual screen. All right, we'll work it out, Data. You just have to watch the chat for me. It's fine.
I got it.
All right. So hopefully, let's see. We'll get it started back. Make sure we're at the beginning of the bit. I think I got it. All right.
Want me to plan a suicide mission because of some things that you saw in a mushroom trip. This is our chance, Boyd. I went looking for answers. I found answers. This is our shot. Victor's on the roof. The man in the suit. Is there anything else you can remember about him? I could try. No, boss. Come on, stay with me. Wait, it's not gonna work. Don't you do that.
It's a bit. So let's see. We were talking about the photo. I know it's not the greatest. Again, everybody's even JH had to get this from TV. They only showed this right after the episode actually airs, not when it drops, but it airs later that night.
Correct.
So let's see.
I believe MGM does drop it either the Friday or Saturday on either Twitter or somewhere.
Yeah, they do. I'm trying to get to the scene without all the volume. I messed it up. It's hard to see it because JH has his bit here, but there is a piece of paper right here in Boyd's hand, which could actually be the photo. It's hard to see in this one, but he has an actual like a piece of paper or something, which could be the picture. He could be showing Boyd the image, and it's hard to see this, but I swear it's out there. You just have to we'll find out for sure. But yeah, he's got something in his hand. So, and Victor's on the roof. So did something again? I mean, if he showed Boyd, whether he showed Boyd or Donna, if our bad girl is anywhere in this vicinity before this happens, and Boyd's the one doing the CPR, so what better way to take Boyd's attention away and possibly even grab the rest of the images than to put someone into like a coma or something like that, a seizure, and have, everybody's freaking out.
Or go after Victor.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it's Henry. It has to be Henry. That's why Victor's all
No, but
bent
what
out of
if this
shape, but
is a
Henry doesn't die.
distraction? What if this is a distraction for Sophia to go after Victor? Because now she's like, all right, he knows too much.
Right. It could be.
Oh, maybe. Could be. Yeah.
I mean, we don't see. I don't think it showed Sophia. I kind of looked, but I don't think we see her anywhere in the scene. But that doesn't mean that she didn't follow. Because we don't know if she went. I'm assuming she would have went back to Sayers, but we don't know if she stayed clinic, went back to Sayers, or decided to tag along with Marielle Christie. So, I mean, we'll see. And with Tabitha back, we know that our townsfolk are going to come back together. At least they're coming back the next morning back to town. They said that. We know that they're coming back. So she's made it back there. Did they even bring the poppet with them, right? Was it still fanged up and such? But he did have a piece of paper, so he might have given it. You're right. Kenny might have handed it over to Boyd.
Which photo was it with Sophia and Henry having a drink together? Which trailer was that?
That was in the trailer that they released in between episodes 1 and 2. It was like an extra trailer that they released.
We haven't seen that yet, correct?
No.
So is it a possibility? So it could be a possibility that Henry wakes up at some particular point and goes, and we can see that scene happen where they have a drink together and she does something to him. And that's probably what causes the heart attack or whatever he's having.
That could be.
Possibly.
If
Or
I
it could be
may
after that, but
if I may just quickly interject, it's 3 a.m. for me, and I really have to get to bed because this oxycodone is kicking my half-ass.
Thank you for joining us, and I hope you join us
with us
over the weekend.
Yes, I'll try and catch the next thing. My God, honestly, don't get on oxycodone. It is a double-edged sword.
I could imagine,
We
but
hope
feel
you have
better.
a good night, yes, and feel better. And thank you for hanging and telling us all your thoughts.
I'll see everyone later. Good night.
Good night,
my
honey.
darling.
And Michonne, which song? The one I played earlier? The Scarlet song. Can I hear the Scarlet song? Which one was the Scarlet song? Oh, I'm confused. I'm interested and confused all at the same time, Dana.
I'm not too sure. We have lots of Scarlet songs.
Which one in particular? We did one tonight earlier. We showed off for our story walker Julie. That's our new one. Let's see. Why is Acosta just lurking in the back? Yeah, in the trailer, she was kind of lurking in the back behind them. I'm assuming she was down there looking for bits. And Boyd's like, "You ain't find nothing yet. Stand back and watch." Just show you how it's done. David said Tabitha's reaction is a hint it's someone close to her. Indeed. So it's still Henry, Victor, Adonna. I'm trying to think who else. I mean, because it's not Boyd. I don't think it. Could it be Julie? Could Julie somehow go into a seizure right there? Well, I guess if it was Julie, she probably would have been freaking out a lot more. So probably not a Julie. Definitely maybe a Henry or Victor I could see. What's up? We're just hanging out talking.
it honestly seems to me by their face.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
From their
Jeffrey.
facial expressions, it just seems to me that nobody's really concerned as much as Tabitha in that particular moment, if you look at them. So that's got to tell us something.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely does. Like I said, she was definitely more concerned. So, like, I'm trying to think of who. I mean, that's why I go back to like Henry or Victor, right? One of them two. Because I'm trying to think of who else because if it was Julie, she would have been like even more. Like it would have been more than that, right? I don't think she would have been able to contain herself if it was Julie.
No, she wouldn't know. She'd be, or Ethan. She wouldn't have just put the stuff.
Oh my God, no
like
face. Like, yeah. Like, oh my God, what am I witnessing? What's going? Yeah, her, no. It would have been a lot worse. It would have been her. I don't know. I guess it was even worse with Jim. So yeah, it had been definitely.
Jade, if you want to play this, if you want to like the possibilities, what about Jade?
It could be. I mean, if he's in there and something happens down there, 'cause especially like I said, if they're going over there and they're starting to mess around with that secret, which is possibly stoned up area, they got these images in the house. Like, there's a lot of bits for the man in yellow to be able to like mess with somebody over there or want to mess with someone. So Jade could be another one, right? And again, we were just talking about like they gained all this knowledge, right? And what was the cost for that knowledge? Well, here we now have someone looking like they may not make it. So Jade could be one to take it. I'm trying to think. Could it be Ellis? I don't think it'd be Ellis, would it?
I don't think
I would
so.
have to watch Boyd's face again. I don't think it is either. I have to
Yeah,
be Henry.
because like you said about Julie, I
Yeah.
think Boyd would be freaking out more.
That's true. I'm trying to suss out our
And I think
characters
they'll be
because you
freaking out
see
if it was
Marielle
Donna,
and
too.
Christy there, so it's not them. You know, it's not one of them freaking out. Randall,
was there, right?
maybe. Kenny was there, but I mean, he could have been. I don't know if he was. Was he? I have to go back and look at it again if he was in the frame. Sean says thinking Henry or Donna. I know it's hard to say. I mean, I can't wait to see who it is. I'm gonna go with like a Henry or a Victor, just if I with my gut. But I'm, I'm wrong about half of the stuff in the show sometimes. So who knows? Well, we got a few folks it could be though.
Well, let's think about this. Why would Victor go to the roof? This has to take place before they go to the doors, you would think.
Mm-hmm.
So what would make Victor go into the roof and not act like he's gonna jump off, but just want to rethink his life?
And
so to
right,
speak.
so it could be Henry, and then that might be why Kenny ends up like after they go outside or something before Victor wants to jump, he's showing Boyd the image, like they're talking like what happened kind of things. Like, well, he showed me this. He was drinking and he showed me this before he started to have a seizure or whatever, or a heart attack or whatever was going on. So, I mean, that's possible. Definitely a possibility. Oh, and Michelle, you're talking about, oh yeah, that's the one I do when you guys send in like when you get memberships and stuff. That was special for the bits that you when you spend the bits, you get the bit. All the super chats and such. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else because I know we still got about an hour left, give or take, before we wrap it up because we're gonna head over to the members only stream for all of our embers where me, Dana, James, and folks are going to. I'm at least gonna take a couple shots and hang out, and we got some fun things. I got some psychology bits to go through with you guys, seeing as how we went down a trip with Jade and all of our characters. I just thought it would be fun for us to, kind of see how, if we can kind of Freud our own brains a bit. I'm going to give some scenarios and things, and we'll see what you got, what the embers come up with. And I look forward to seeing how y'all answer some of these questions or what pops into your head. It's fun.
Hey, you know what? I'm down, so I'm excited too. No judging though. Honestly.
No judging, no judging. It's all for fun. It's all for fun. And luckily there's more than one scenario kind of thing, and they're each sort of as you go through and answer questions about the bits, they're each question or object or thing kind of reveals an aspect of your personality, relationships, interactions, and things. So we'll see what you guys, how you answer the questions, and they're all different to a degree. Each scenario is different and what it represents. So even if you figure out the first bit, you may, by the time you get to the second or third bit, you might just mess yourself up trying to figure it out. So honest answer layer, you never know. You might end up with a bigger ego than Jade at times. Yeah, his ego is pretty big for the most part. I give Jade a slightly big ego. It's okay though, because he's got to figure it out. So somebody's got to do something. And then of course we got the tongue twisters. I'm still I want to roll those back out because we did have a lot of fun with those, and especially with us popping a few shots. I'm thinking, do a little more tongue twisters. We'll see which ones we can go through again. I'm trying to remember all the bits. We got a fun weekend ahead, guys. There's so much stuff I know on Dana's channel as well. We don't want you guys to miss out on any of that stuff. So definitely, if you're not a member, become one. We got an hour or so, and then we will we will truly, truly start the party, because that's when things get extra spicy.
Right?
Let's see.
Yes,
Peter Griffin,
ma'am.
what's up, man? Says, I had a thought of the dolls. They attacked the 2 extras and Donna. Were they planning on taking out Tabitha / Ethan? The dolls were protecting, and Ellis was the wild card who came along out of the blue. That is true. Were they really attacking Tabitha, or were they looking at the others as someone who was hurting Tabitha and possibly trying to save her? That is a good thought. I mean, we assume that they were just going to go after Tabitha, and it seemed like they were. I would at least assume so. But the way Tabitha stood up to them and they kind of walked away, I mean, that could be why. Maybe they saw, okay, she's not in danger. We will back off. But you playing? You playing the White Rabbit? That is a good song. Yep. Later, we'll have to do some stuff in the Discord, because unfortunately, when it comes to music, I thought about doing some karaoke tonight on the members only, but it's a little hit or miss with karaoke on YouTube. They will bring you down. I have saw some other folks get in trouble for doing karaoke. So we'll have to set something up in the Discord where you guys can come in and we'll do like a little karaoke night or something, because that's fun. See, Marilyn says, do you think it's weird that Tabitha gets only visions of herself as a kid? No more Miranda or others. Right. And we talked about that a little earlier in other streams. Like, it's very odd that we're only seeing a young version of her in a past life, other than Miranda, of course, but we haven't seemingly seen any other past versions of her. And again, they're showing Jade several. So that is still a mystery. I'm not sure why, other than that maybe it's just the fact that there's maybe a more innocent side to Tabitha's story than Jade's, perhaps. So he's getting to see the darker side, where she gets to see the more innocent side. But to be fair, I'm not sure yet. I mean, if they said they were together, I'm assuming they got together at some point and coupled up. So hopefully, maybe we just haven't seen it yet. So they will still show it to us. We'll see a younger version of Jade with Tabitha, and sort of maybe how they became a couple, or how they grew up in a sense together in a place like this, fighting nightmares that were popping out of the lake. I mean, what's more romantic than that, Dana?
Oh, so romantic.
You just got nightmares popping out all over the place.
That's funny.
Oh, Well, I mean, if he was any kind of man like Randall's been, popping doors and stuff, she might be, like, come hither. I don't know. I mean, we don't know. She might have liked the man who took charge. So who knows? Jade might have taken charge back in the day, in the OG day.
Right? Just because
he took charge, all right. That's why they killed him every cycle.
Well, they just didn't respect the man. No, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's see what other bits. We got all the bits. So do you think we'll see any other nightmares manifest? And since we've seen at least, I mean, you can even say technically the spiders could be a version of someone's nightmare manifested in this place. Of course, like the cicadas, the poppets. I'm trying to think, other than the other monsters, what other nightmares could possibly be out there? I'm not sure. I'm kind of curious though.
I mean, I'm sure someone was afraid of a milkman or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some, like, the way the townspeople were dressed, that couldn't possibly symbolize that, perhaps. But there's, from what we know from the show, we don't have too many things. Only really theories out there, just by interpretation and watching. Because we have confirmation for Nathan's, we have confirmation for the dolls for that other dude. I can't really remember anybody else. That dream theme was with everybody, because nobody could fall asleep because they were getting them. So I'm trying to think what other ones they could be.
Right. I'm wondering if, because we're assuming that they're saying, like, anybody in this place who passed, or that they're nightmares, if they had real true nightmares, something they were so scared of that they would talk about it in the real world, even to take a doll from a little girl might cause it to manifest with that much energy put behind it. I wonder if it was just for the original townspeople, like the nightmares that are here are reoccurring because of the fact that they're part of the original cycle. Like no new nightmares are occurring, maybe because so many people have passed away, and I know some of these people have had to have like horrific nightmares, even to the point where some of the townspeople were afraid of starving. So maybe is that why winter set in? Was winter part of somebody's nightmare? I mean, I assumed it was all part of Fatima's deal, but now with a little bit more information, could even the winter have been like maybe somebody's nightmare of starving to death?
Yeah, it could very well be.
I'm just curious now. You got to think of the bits, and then we just talk it out. We'll see where it gets us.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because those settlers in 1506, I'm sure, were starving at some particular point, and they all had to have been afraid to die to starvation.
True.
Cool.
So I'm wondering it because we don't see really any new nightmares. All these seem to be fixated like from past events. Even everything with the dungeon and the ballerina and the worms, you could say the worms were kind of part of Boyd's fear, but that whole bit seemed to be older than Boyd. Like it didn't manifest. He's not dead like some of the other folks, as the way they describe the puppets. So I'm wondering if there's no new nightmares, but these are all manifested from the original townspeople.
Which would make sense because even though, right? I mean, even if the original town people died and a piece of them stays there and they're reincarnated into somebody else, wouldn't that still be their same nightmares there?
Possibly. What do you think, James? Now that we're kind of introducing actual nightmares come to life, do you think, and I know we said like, where are these other people's nightmares? Is it possibly it's just the original townspeople's nightmares coming to life? Or any thoughts on the nightmares come to life, Mr. James?
I don't get a lot of sense out of it, since there's only seemingly a couple nightmares, unless the monsters are nightmares like Victor's, or they're just stuff we don't see or put two and two together. We've seen Nathan cicadas, and long time ago, like you have in the picture here, Tabitha's with the dolls, and they're still around. So it's a little bit confusing as far as how everything you put it together. Like, when is this Tabitha really from, and are there any more nightmares maybe that we don't know about, like the spiders? Or are those a nightmare, or is that something bigger? So a lot of, to me, just questions upon questions at the moment.
Right. I just like to get this, even if it's like, I don't know what it is, but here's kind of what I'm thinking. Because I mean, it's like when we ramble, sometimes I feel like between everybody's rambling, we think we get a bit put together between everybody's like incoherent rambling. How we work out a bit. I do like to hear what you guys think, even if it's like, I don't know, it makes no sense. Perfect. Then we're not all crazy. All right, good. We all see the fact that it doesn't make any sense right now. No. But I do like it though. I like how it's interesting to see how they're throwing that in there now, and kind of solidifying that nightmares are sort of brought out into this place. I don't know if they're created here. Like, again, I don't know if the guy got a nightmare from being in this place. It was planted into his head and then come and manifested, similar to how Kenny and them got a nightmare planted within their head and it manifested to a degree upon their body. Right? You got the burn, you got the girl's whole body caved in and stuff. So again, it kind of goes back, like they're like little parts of the thread fit with each other, but they don't quite completely tie in together. But you can see how, like, okay, this kind of fits in with that, but it's kind of crooked. But we just need the other part of it to kind of put it in place. But let's see. Is it OW? But yes, it is open panel night tonight. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Oh, you're only kidding?
Jump on in.
But hey, jump on in. We're hanging out. We're hanging out after as well for the members only. So you become a member. We're celebrating Dana's birthday tonight.
Listen, OW. I don't know if you've heard anybody on the panel, but we've all have accents. So your accent cannot be any weirder than my New York accent,
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
Scarlett's Alabama accent,
Thank you, brother.
than James's Tennessee accent. I think
Michigan accent.
We've got a little bit of everybody on panels
Yeah, we
throughout the
do.
time
We do.
So we've had a little bit of this, a
So-
little
We're
bit
a
of that.
variety pack.
Yes, so
Feel free if you really want to, hun. Don't be
Come
shy.
on on. Come on
But
on.
if you
Don't
would
be
like
shy.
to just hang in the chat, we
just for
welcome
you, go get a cup of coffee and then you could come and hang out with us. There you
Right,
go.
but
Now
no
you won't
pressure,
feel
hun.
bad.
All the cool people hang out
No,
here. And
I
you
don't
should
believe
too.
it.
You
I don't
should
believe
too.
it's worse.
No.
And but again, feel free. The link is pinned. It's open panel night. But if you wish to hang with us in the chat, we
Yeah.
welcome you and appreciate you for spending time with us.
Do you think the spider?
Absolutely. And thank you for the happy birthday. I appreciate it.
Do you think the spider on this pack of Pokemon cards could be the spider from?
Not necessarily, but then again, I mean, who knows?
Spider.
It could be. I guess anything is possible.
Maybe I'll pull
Heather
some bangers.
says, hell, maybe story walking is a nightmare, being able to travel back in time, but not be able to change anything. It could be. Yes, she could be traveling through a nightmare, so to speak, or somebody else's nightmare. It is possible because, again, if it was turned into a child's story, we know with most nursery rhymes and things were taken from really tragic events and turned kind of seemingly more wholesome or nicer for the children. But the essence or the core of it comes from something much darker. So it is possible that even the story walking from the Gulagog, yes, it's a nice child's story, but originally it could have been something from, of a Grimm's fairy tale type deal, made into like a Disney movie. You know what I mean? Like the origin is so much darker than what they're, telling us in a child story.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And right, Caroline, I think, we're all just a little crazy from time to time with this. And we're all on the same page then, at least.
Yeah, we got a lot of people from different walks of life in here, too. I think that's fantastic. And we all come together based upon this one show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Marilyn says, do you think the boy in white can be trusted? I don't. He was involved in the dungeon setup. Right. And that was one of my big things that I always questioned the boy in white was like, how did that, like, is he, because if the man in yellow can outpower him, it's just interesting because I didn't think that the man in yellow had the power with the trees, especially if the trees come from the children. Now, that doesn't mean that the man in yellow can't intercept whatever the boy in white had initially set forth. Or perhaps, I know some folks have said the boy in white sent him there to defeat Martin or whatever Martin was and not release this stuff, but actually, I mean, I guess he was just supposed to walk through there and just see Martin. Like, I was still kind of confused on how to make the boy in white look good with that scenario. But at the same time, he's done a lot of stuff that you could say is helpful to them. I mean, Miranda gaining the knowledge could be considered helpful. Trying to help Christopher and get Christopher to understand things. Now, again, depending on how you perceive those scenes and the motives behind them, it could very well be interpreted as, okay, he's actually casting them to go into these things, but really he's just sending them astray. And in the end, he could be working for the man in yellow or something like that. Like, I could see the boy in white going either way at this point. I'm totally on the fence with him. Originally, I was pretty hard that he was a bad guy or someone that you couldn't trust within this place. But then again, he's done things since then that I'm like, maybe he's not as bad as I think. Because him trying to stop them from cutting the trees down, I saw that as something that was good. I don't think cutting the trees down was going to help them. But then again, we don't know, right? Like, again, just like our characters in the show they're all making assumptions based off the evidence and the things that they have received about this place, and we're doing the same thing. So I could be completely wrong about the trees and thinking, okay, saving the trees is good because it's part of the children, when maybe that's part of how this place still has its power here. Cutting the trees down may allow them to go home. Who knows, right, Dana?
Yeah, very true.
Crazy.
But we don't have much on the boy of white as far as backstory. He's such a mystery. I think he's the biggest mystery in the show.
Mm-hmm. Definitely is. And again, for him to hang out in the places he hangs out, I mean, we don't know if the man in yellow can make it to the tower, or rather the lighthouse, but we know the boy in white has been there. We know the boy in white associates with the trees a lot, the dogs. And again, we haven't seen the man in yellow around any of these things, but now all of a sudden the boy in white is growing up. I sort of take that to the fact that Ethan is growing up, and the boy in white took to Ethan the same way he took to Victor, and Victor never did grow up, essentially. He stayed that young child in his mind, whereas Ethan has his parents here with him and has had to deal with death and kind of grown up in a sense. Like he's not staying that very first child when he came in. He's understanding, like, okay, even like I think he said at one point, he's like, I don't want to be on a quest anymore, kind of coming to the realization this is not just a story to him,
Yeah,
this is
he's
real
growing
life.
up on the show.
But now he's embracing it again in a more mature sense. And then we have, of course, the boy in white is maturing and growing as well. So is he just an imaginary friend type character? I don't want to put him on that low of like a magical scale, but in the sense of like whatever child he attaches to, like an imaginary friend would, kind of guides them and kind of may change as they grow, possibly. I don't know.
It's interesting. Someone
So
had.
what do you think, Jackson? Do you think the boy in white is a good guy, bad guy, in between? Where do you fit?
I think he is a timer. At first, I thought he was good and trying to help people, and then I'm realizing that the longer the cycle goes, it seems like, in my opinion, he's turning into the man in yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I've seen in his shorts look like they're fading to an off color, like they're turning yellow. But when he's talking to Tabby and Henry, but when you look at his socks, shoes, and his shirt, it's just bleach white while he's growing. I think eventually he's going to grow so much that you're going to see a teenager of him wearing yellow.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be something?
And I think it's because when the Matthews family arrives, you have 47 days to finish the cycle.
Okay. I'm gonna add in the 4-7 in there. I mean, it's possible. It is possible. What about you, Captain?
I mean, they're at 27 now. Go ahead.
And I think that maybe the boy in yellow and Ethan are connected. I mean, look at the boy in yellow right now, like his face, his hair. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Ethan.
You mean the boy in white?
I mean the boy in white. Yeah. I think that maybe Ethan is the boy in white, and he just doesn't realize it. That to me is the only thing that makes sense about the boy in white to me. Anyway, I had heard that theory. I didn't come up with that, to be honest. It just seems to make sense. I don't know. It just seems like he's.
So when he comes to like Tabitha and Henry, how is that they're not seeing him as Ethan? They're seeing him as the boy in white. Like, how does that?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, but I had heard that theory and I kind of ran with it. But he's just such a mystery, though. There is no backstory. We know more about the man in yellow than we do about the boy in white. And I think maybe season 5, we're going to get more information on him. I think it has to happen. We got to know this guy. What is this entity, this boy in white that kept Victor going for so long? And I want to know where the peaches came from. I know they were in that truck. Who put the peaches for 47 years?
I have a question, Captain.
Yeah, go ahead.
So in that theory that you were talking about,
yeah,
are you saying that when the more Ethan subconsciously becomes, I guess, not the young innocent person anymore, the boy in white kind of like shows it through aging?
Yes, that's my thought exactly.
Okay, I get what you're saying then. Okay, then that does make sense. Like if he's
growing
turning slowly
together.
to be evil, he's gonna okay.
Right, and Jim called Ethan the little professor, and I think something's going to come out of that too. And I don't hear anybody on any chat program talking about that, because that's what Tabitha said when they were in the cabin before they got attacked. And the one Roger guy, he had to go. I'm so glad he's dead. And they said, Tabitha directly said, well, Tabitha said Jim used to call him the little professor. And I think
Because
there's
he was
something
so
there.
curious. Yeah, he kept asking so many questions. I took it
And
as
I
just a
think,
curiosity.
yeah, I think that's going to come into play if Ethan happens to make it out of Fromville. Maybe he becomes a professor and figures out how to destroy Fromville from the outside in. So I don't, because nothing in this universe seems to go without some sort of meaning. Everything they say comes back, it seems like, at one point or another. So the little professor comment, I think, is going to go somewhere.
It could.
Yeah,
It very
absolutely.
well could.
Yeah.
Dana, where are you sitting these days with the boy in white?
You know, I'm still 50-50 on the boy in white because I can't really place him. But you know what I think about the good and evil. Like, how do we judge what's good and evil? Because
Right.
I always go back to Lost.
Mm-hmm.
We see Jacob as good and we see the
Yeah.
man in black as evil. But
Mm-hmm.
you can also see Jacob as evil and the man in black as good. Just a victim of his circumstance. All he ever wanted to do was just leave. He didn't necessarily do anything wrong. He just didn't want to be the mother's like he didn't want that. And then fighting with Jacob ends up killing him, and now he's on this path of revenge, right? But he still just wants to leave. So what is good and what is evil in From? Because we could look at the boy in white and say what he did to Tabitha was evil. We could look at the boy in white and say, okay, if he's able to let people leave, isn't that evil since he's not allowing it? He's
Good
now
point.
choosing not to disclose things to people because, oh, poor him, he tried to disclose it to Christopher or whatever and nobody ever listened. Well, then you keep trying. But then again, he has stepped in because he did help Boyd and Sarah when they were out in the woods. I just think something intercepted them because Sarah did go to the town, but Boyd got stuck somewhere else. And I think something intercepted Boyd in the transmission, so to speak. You know, if the boy in white did help Victor while he was a kid and was the one that helped him survive. So it just depends on how you look at good and evil.
Right.
Because we don't really know the
perspective.
full story to the boy in white yet. We don't know the rules. So we don't know what rules the boy in white has holding over his head.
And he doesn't have very many episodes.
So everything
Boy in
we
White.
see could be the boy in white breaking the rules to try to help these people. We just don't know yet.
True. Especially like you said, when it comes to certain things, like when he is helping or seemingly helping, he can only go so far, right? Like him pushing Tabitha out, people, like I said, people are going to be upset. Oh, why can't he just let anybody out? Well, letting them out doesn't solve the problem of bringing them back in, right? This place brought Tabitha back. So regardless of him pushing her out, she didn't get to stay out. She was still brought back in. Now, was it the boy in white, the man in yellow, this place? We don't know exactly. But just pushing them out back into the real world does not prevent them from having to come back. So it doesn't solve the problem, right? So again, it was a purpose, and the way he maneuvers, there is a purpose to it.
Or what if he spent all his power or magic in doing that, and now that's why he's growing up?
Right, and he no longer, like he said, it doesn't work like that anymore.
Of the knowledge that Tabitha gained leaving From.
Maybe that is part of him growing up. Just like a child, the more they grow up, the more knowledge they gain of the real world and things like that. The more they grow up, they put behind the childish things. So again, it could be a layer to this. And again, Ethan he's growing up as well. He's starting to change. He's starting to come to realization of what the real world is. So what is it when a child grows up, they lose that magic, right, Dana? Like you don't see the world of fairies and gods and kings and queens and things like that, right? You see the world in a more jaded, perhaps, view. Not everybody, but essentially they will say, There's a reason why children are able to possibly, if you believe in such things, seeing ghosts and other sort of supernatural things that perhaps adults would never believe them in. That's why you'd see children, draw pictures of all kinds of fairies and goblins and things, imaginary friends, and all this stuff that they lose after, you reach a certain point of knowledge gained or wisdom of the world. You sort of leave that behind.
Yeah.
So it is possible. It is possible that is part of this world. Again, the fact it is very childlike. And even though it's dark, there is a lot of this sort of element of a child and how they grow up. The storybooks, right? I mean, you can't just have nursery rhymes, fairy tales, and all these things that are kind of encompassed around children. Even the music box to me is something a child would have. Yes, a grown woman could have a music box with a ballerina in it, but who is most likely do you get those for? You usually get those for little girls, right? Somewhere between, any age really, up until like a teenager, right? I mean, you could have, I think, I didn't have one like that, but I did have several music boxes, different ones growing up. Some were just jewelry boxes, some were just little music boxes. With the bigger space, it didn't really have like for rings and stuff like that because they make all different kinds. So again, these child elements are constantly put into our face, wrapped into a nightmare. And children do perceive the world as a nightmare, right? Like how often as a child, if you see something, it seems bigger than what it is. It's scarier. A thunderstorm can sound like it scares the hell out of kids. I really used to be scared of storms. It'd be one of the things I was actually scared of for a long time just because of the intensity, like lightning and stuff like that. And I even knew what lightning was. It scared me even more when I found out, like, what a storm is because it's powerful. But it seemed bigger, right? You get older and it doesn't scare you anymore. It's not scary. The dark, right? Things that you see things in the dark that maybe your mind even created. But as you get older, you see that, okay, there's the things I used to be scared of are no longer there.
Yeah.
The monsters aren't as big anymore. The hallways aren't as tall. Just so many things like that as you grow up. So, it could be layered part into here. What about you, Mr. James? As we're rambling through the night, how are your feelings towards the boy in white now where we stand? Where do you stand now?
I'm probably still in my same boat as far as how I think about it, kind of like a game, and like Dana said, good or evil, maybe that's not the right words, or you could interchange the two with whoever you're talking about or whatever. And whether it's fallen angels or fairies or evil entities of ancient origin or whatever, it does, to me anyway, feel like they're playing with the people, playing a game. And, I guess the way I see it is if you've lived either forever or for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, maybe you need something to do. Like, okay, shit's getting boring. Let's play with these people. Or something. I don't know. But right. I still see boy in white against on one side and man in yellow on the other. And, I still see the cycles as far as at least from the original Jade and Tabitha, the man in yellow has won every cycle. And this could be what we're watching, current cycle, could be the boy in yellow's, boy in white's time to win. And that'll be a different, something's going to happen differently than just the past cycles that we know of.
Right. Okay. I can't wait to see. Got all the bits. We got a little bit of time to wait on the next one, but man, tell you the theory crafting doesn't stop because I keep asking other questions that I didn't have the day before, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, what about this? And what about this? And what is this? Did you see that? Oh my God, how did we miss this? Let's see, you guys are saying in the darkness, the darkness inverse, or are we saying universe? Y'all know I don't know about these crazy things and words. See, the boy in white could be we'll see, demiurge. Demiurge.
Yeah.
That good boy. Words are so hard.
Words are hard.
Why'd they give me eyes, Dana? You can have my eyes, because at least you can read the shit.
No, trust me, I'll
He's
do no
talking
better.
about the demiurges. What I was talking about, the Gnostics, the demiurges, like the blind idiot god who's created the world blindly, allegedly, and he doesn't know that he thinks he's the only god and stuff like that. And Sophia came from the Pleroma. That's an area where just total souls come from, because we're separate entities to them. So we're male and female parts. Once we become whole, we can go back to the Pleroma, but they split into two when they come down here, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
Azazoth, the person I talked to about Lovecraft, that would be the demiurge, the blind idiot god in Lovecraft's world that sleeps, and if he wakes up, the world ends.
Okay. Well, it could be that, so it could go either way on which side is good at the moment. Man in Yellow / Sophia could be an ally in the end. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jackson.
He's the he's the false creator of, like, he's not the creator of like all. The demiurge is the false creator, but he's the creator of what we live in, allegedly.
See, Jack, that's why
The
you need to
Matrix
do this
world.
too. Look, you got all the knowledge.
Right?
Telling you, man, you should do it. Let's see what else you guys were saying. Be wild if Ethan tries to contact his brother and the boy in white shows up and says, "You always knew who I was." He says Peter Griffin. I know, right? I'm still, because he tried to use it to contact his dad a little bit. So I'm hoping we get some kind of radio call. I don't know from who, but anybody really, it would be interesting to see. Whether it comes as Thomas, his brother, or his dad, or even just the man in yellow himself is so fierce. I don't know. Like, I can't even imagine what else would come through the radio, but you know what I mean? Like, it'd be fun to see what they're gonna, or is he gonna get the screams like Marielle did somehow? If like Julie's around.
I think that radio comes back into play. Yeah,
well, that's definitely going to come back and play. But I'm curious who's going to be, like, what's coming over the radio. Like, because Marielle got, when she was entangled in her bits this episode, when she was in the ambulance, the radio went off and you could hear the suffering from, like, the massacre or whatever that was coming through the radio. So I'm curious if Ethan's around somebody like that, like a Julie, even though I know she hasn't, she said she could still hear the screaming, right? Even before she walked through the threshold. So I don't know if after the threshold it was completely gone, or it's only when she's story walking she doesn't hear it anymore. So I'm curious if she goes around the radio, if it, with Sophia popping around and doing all these bits, like, if we're going to get another part of the massacre coming through the radio, or is it going to just be like a Jim or a Thomas character? What do you guys think? Jackson, what are your thoughts on our radio that Ethan has now confiscated and is hiding from mommy?
I think that can be used to change to Jim, since it was Jim's, possibly. And the radio came from somewhere. Didn't they build a radio? They weren't using that radio.
That was in the police station.
That was in the
or the post office police station. Jade went in there. It was tripping when he was talking to Kenny around the first couple episodes.
He grabbed it.
And he was like, "What y'all?" He's like, "Yeah, it does this from time to time." He's like, "What? You don't think that's something?" I'm grabbing it. So he grabbed it, and then eventually he tried to get the reception with it with Jim, and then they from there did the radio tower.
And then didn't they get one out of the RV, or was that the same one?
That's the same one. So eventually,
Jim,
that's what I was thinking. That's what I wanted
eventually
to know.
Jim went back after the massacre, and he got it and took it back to the RV. What's up, the new watchers? Welcome, guys. How you doing? Happy Friday.
Hey, the new watchers.
What's up, sweetheart? Hi, Mrs. New Watcher.
Hi. This is so cool.
How y'all doing? You enjoying the season?
Oh, can they see? Oh.
Yeah, because it's.
I got us in circles. I'm sorry, because we end up with so many people on panel. Sometimes I try to circle us to fit us all in here.
Oh,
it's all good.
It's all good.
Is y'all enjoying the season so far? So good. Yes, so far so good. What's your favorite episode so far?
It's okay. So the last one was my favorite because it was super scary. And I know people are like, oh, it's not scary. It's scary for me because it reminded me as a kid. I don't know if you guys ever watched this old movie, and I'm probably going to show my age, but there's this movie called The Puppet Master.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Classics.
Dolls and The Puppet Master.
Yeah.
Freaked me out. So I was watching, and I actually watched it while it was dark. So it just
no.
really scary to me. It brought me back to that initial like first episode where I was like freaked out and was like, "What is happening?"
The one with the drill on its head was the scariest.
Oh, he was the best. He was, yeah. And then they kind of became the good guys, I think, at one point.
Right. I'm trying to I'm gonna get Patrick. I have a whole syllabus for Patrick for like movies for him to watch. I made him watch one day The People Under the Stairs, and he was like, "What am I watching, kid?"
Another great movie.
Embrace it. It's
embrace
good.
it. She always likes to talk about what she made me watch.
What did you make me watch that I loved? Oh,
you know what I'm about to say.
yeah.
What
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. Go ahead.
Say it. Gone with the Wind. I made her
watch
watch
a classic.
For like
and
3
my
years
mom,
ago.
And my mom watched. She had never seen it either.
It's good.
And she was like,
Don't worry. I force my husband to watch all these horror movies, and he gets very annoyed with me. Because I'm very much into horror to where he doesn't really like it all the time.
Yeah, a couple of years ago we had this stint of where we were watching like Korean horror films, and he did this one time when I was asleep, and he like put his hand on my face, and he was like, ah, and I woke up. I loved it.
He deserved it.
Nice.
He deserved it.
But we've been talking about the episode a little bit, and you're saying you liked the episode, and because the scary bits, what did you think of Jade's trip and how they kind of showed his psyche kind of on display within this trip?
You want me to do it? Go.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it again, I'm surprised it wasn't like trippier than than it being Jade. You know, he's like, let's get weird, and I'm like, I thought it was gonna be weird. I thought it was gonna be weird. I was looking for some like across the universe, I am the walrus type trip with colors and stuff, and he just was like, it was very normal for Jade, but I kind of like what we found.
No, I was gonna say I really like the information that they gave, and specifically, the reveals that it's not the monsters that kill him and Tabitha, but it's the people who eventually turn on them. But the one complaint that I have about that reveal of the information is just, I wish that it wasn't a vision. In some ways, it felt a little too easy to give us seasons worth of information that way, and I just hope personally that we don't get answers so easily by just Julie story walking or a vision. I want to see that the information be given to us in a very cohesive manner, so to speak. But I enjoyed that part of it.
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it because it was very like Freud and Alice in Wonderland kind of all put in one. You get kind of the id, the ego, and the super ego. And he gets to kind of Alice in Wonderland his way through, kind of picking his path, inevitably getting woken up by Boyd. Which I enjoyed it. I know some people out there, when we originally were talking about it, were not as pleased with this episode, perhaps. And I get it. Like, they started the season off with such a bang that kind of, not to say like they're dropping the ball, but that intensity, people were really thinking, okay, it's good. It starts at this intensity. We're going to keep it. Whereas we're getting the story intensity now and the dialogue that kind of puts the pieces together to lead up to that, I think, final moment in the season where we might get a bigger, another big death or another big, like, kind of impact moment.
Yeah, it reminds me of last season. Like, last season was kind of like that, and it was the last 2 episodes that were just really, like, crazy. The Jade and them playing the instruments, the kids walking out of the Kui kids coming out. It was because even last season, what episode was that where Mrs. Chen died? Was that the first?
That was the first episode.
So
yeah, it was like first or second. It was somewhere in the beginning.
They did the same thing with this season. Like, the first episode was fire, and now been a little bit. I wouldn't say that they're bad, but it's like you can't constantly make everything be so intense. And I feel like right now we're kind of mellowing out, but I could see the last 3 episodes they turning back up for us.
I'm really interested to know how the iterations of Jade died, like especially the veteran, the Civil War veteran, because you couldn't tell me that wasn't
Elgin.
a reincarnation of Elgin.
Yeah,
like to
Yeah,
me,
I was thinking that too.
And the other
The
guy,
Civil War guy got stabbed in the stomach, like in Jade's vision.
Did it? Because it didn't show it
with
here,
the
though.
Bayonet.
Well,
You
what's
don't-
weird is that they don't show a stabbing here, and they make
Yeah,
sure to
I
show
was
the
looking for it
wounds
too.
on all of our people here, and the only wounds we see on him are the burns, and then of course the eyes having that weird effect to them. So I don't. Did they burn him alive?
No, I'll look it up.
Well,
After the face
they're not
only?
going to tell us. They don't know like that. They haven't revealed that to us. So I don't know if there's going to actually be anything.
And there's
out there.
more, and there's more than 4 versions too. They said the little boy said there were several versions.
Yeah, these are just a few.
Yeah, just
these are just
4. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy that we find out that Jade was a brother in his past life.
looking at Jay, like I wonder he's looking at him like, really?
Yeah, straight up brother.
And it's interesting because that, like, all of his interactions with his past selves, the soldier is the one that was the most, I would say, aggressive towards him.
Yeah.
So again, what was it about, if each one of these variations is trying to reach out to him to remind him of something, perhaps what happened to them in their particular cycle, you got which is possibly the OG guy on the other side of him here trying to give him the skull and saying Cooey so he can remember the original sort of pact. And then now I'm very curious to see why that version of Jade, the Civil War soldier, was shooting at him. Because again, the other guy come at him with the skull, and we know what the skull was about. He didn't come at him with the thing in his eye, right? He didn't come at him with a spike or nothing. He didn't come at him with a weapon. Came at him with the skull. And Jade even kind of talked about it. He's been chasing me with the skull, want me to drink this blood. So it wasn't like he was attacking him. So who was? It's very interesting because he goes to stab Jade. It's like he's stabbing himself. So that is still confused, right? Like I'm still confused with him. I'm with y'all. Like that variation of him, I want them to give us a little bit more.
See, I would love like the bottle episode of just one of these guys, just the day in the life of them in the town. Like I would love that.
Yeah.
This one I'm really curious of too, and we talked about it on other streams. So who threw the boulder? Did they throw him through a faraway tree and he end up with a boulder on him, or did they somehow manage to throw this boulder off to Colony House? Was he walking out of Colony House and they pushed it? Like the boulder is crazy to me too. What do you guys think? How did this guy get a boulder on top of him?
Oh, like what do you mean? Like what happened to you, dude?
And then his face is pretty bloodied up as well too, isn't it?
Well, I think
blood probably pushed through every orifice.
I think that
like internal bleeding or something, perhaps.
And the violin is the winner here because the violin's finally on top.
Yeah.
Well, it's
That's
like they
still
stuck it
hilarious
there.
to me.
Did they glue it to like the side of the stone?
Awesome.
But who would even be strong enough to lift that boulder? You know what I'm saying? So it would. I mean,
Two or three people can lift it up and probably drop it on his chest or something.
Really?
It doesn't seem like it's that big. Yeah.
Episode of that.
2 or 3 men,
Arnolds, maybe
for sure.
3 Arnolds.
That's a big old. I don't know that boulder.
You gotta
probably
get Rambo in here to do that. 3.
Well, one of
And I
them
was
does that
kind of
mean they
thinking that they
found?
used them catapults back in those days in the war. I don't think they shot it at them, but I guess that's a possibility.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they had this dude right here and they were gonna, you had a couple strong gentlemen who were able to pick this up and they were punishing him. I wondered did they tie him up and like,
and like, because you would see a group of men lifting something that heavy and be able to get away.
did they hold him down? Yeah. He don't got no restraints on him. So I'm wondering, like, I wish they would show us a little bit more about him. Like, dude, if they held him down, can you imagine how they held this dude down and did they just drop it on him? I mean, because if they just placed it on him, that could crush him
way
too.
you chose to kill him though? If you had him tied up, right? I would assume that boulder would take a lot of work to do versus any other way of killing him. So why would that?
For sure, he was running away from him for sure. I think.
I see the Copper Broom says I think he was pushed through the bottle tree and ended up like Dale. And yeah, that is a possibility. That's one I like, I think, the most out of kind of some of the ones that we were throwing around the other night. You guys were saying in the chat, because that makes sense. You know, if they were mad enough at him, and we already see how the town is aware of the faraway trees, maybe they were again in the same sense in a past cycle. I could see them like, well, we know if you go through a faraway tree, what happens, you know, so maybe they threw him through and he did not make it.
Oh, you know what? I have because I was thinking about it. He doesn't necessarily have to go to a faraway tree, because didn't he see himself in the cellar with the boulder on him?
Yes, I believe we did see him in the cellar.
So what if they caught him in there in that particular spot, cornered him, and just like stuck him in there with the boulder, like put it on top of him, like, or rolled it into him, or like after they finished whatever they did with them.
Very possible.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. And that could be the dude. Well, I guess he doesn't have a stripe. I can't tell if he has a striped shirt on, but the guy, you know, the body that we see in the cellar.
That's what I'm saying.
It could be his body.
Right.
That could be old Jade there just decomposing away. And the only reason I would think it would be the faraway tree there is because that's where Julie ended up. Now I don't know how a boulder would end up on him in there. So yeah, they could have just, like you said, Jackson rolled one up in there and like placed it on him as like his tomb forever, so he could never leave. He would be trapped there forever. It's possible.
Yeah.
And I like now seeing that too. I was thinking about the fact that he was in the cellar. Yeah. What do you think, James? Now that we're talking about that dude in the cellar too, the dead body, you think this guy here with the violin could have been that man? He don't have a beard though. Forgot about that bit.
Why would he be that man? I mean, what's your logic there?
Because we were just saying how Jade saw him in the cellar. That's where he saw him at. Just like we see Christopher in certain places. Like maybe that's where Christopher kind of was inhabiting or possibly passed away at. And the Civil War soldier, kind of similar. Like maybe he passed away out there in the woods.
Yeah, but there's not
the steps though.
I mean, I don't think there's another Christopher and another skull drinking dude and another Civil War dude out there riding somewhere. I mean, I think that's as far as I mean, it could be.
The only reason I would say in a cellar because it's slightly preserved down there. Yeah. And if nobody messed with it because it was behind the red door.
Yeah.
And nobody ever went back down there. And
I mean, the clothes, you know, looking at the dude in the suit, the clothes could match up to that time period, but you would think he would still be in the clothes he died in, maybe, is all I was saying, I guess.
Possibly. That's why I said I was kind of 50-50 with it because he didn't have the beard either. But just because of the fact that he is someone we knew or was possibly in the cellar, just again, it's just based off Jade's vision of seeing him down there behind the little cubby a little bit, or he was like, it looked like he was kind of not behind the red door, but in that cupboard.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't really have any other proof. That's all I got, James.
I think it was an iteration of Jade though and Christopher though.
No, I mean it could be.
They have the same like blue shirt,
more
but
so
it may
than
not have been the
Martin.
same.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hang on. Let me see. Also, thank you, Alice, for the $2 super sticker. I gotta go back over and see what you got me. Oh no, what is it? What is it? Let's see what she put in there. Oh, it says cool. And is that a pair? Oh, it's waving.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I love it.
Oh, thank you. I'm with Alice. I think it's a pair.
And if anybody does need to go, we're going to be wrapping up anyways in about 5 or 10 minutes because we will be heading over to our members only stream. That's right, guys. We're going to get the party really started for Miss Dana and her birthday. We're going to have some fun, some psychology games in honor of Jade and his trip down memory lane. We're going to see if we can crack open your guys' heads and see what's rolling around in there. And so yeah, I guess we can do final thoughts after I want to play this for Miss with Alice for her generous $2 super sticker. So Michonne, if you're still around, you get to hear the song.
Welcome to the fever dream. Fever, you're on fire. Welcome to the burning desire. I said fever. Join the party. We're burning all through the night.
Again, thank you so much for the cool pair. I think it's a pair. It's pretty cool. And thank you for the $2, hun. But yeah, again, we're gonna do some more from discussions, and we'll carry it through the members only. I have no problem if you guys still want to talk more from for that. But definitely throughout the week, because we get a break, so to speak, so that gives us more time to go over our thoughts and theories, right? With all the bits, because there's so many threads in this show to go over. So before we wrap it up, I want to go through everybody and get your kind of final thoughts, where you sit with the season and where you think it's going forward. And I'm going to start with the new watchers. Start with you guys. Where do you sit with the season so far, and where do you think we're going?
I'm enjoying the show. Like From is one of the shows that really helped us launch our channel, because we've been covering it since season 1. And just looking forward to getting additional information and things like that. Was pleased to see where the information that we're getting about Jade. Some of the things I'm looking forward to getting answers on. I'm still interested in seeing if Eloise is around. I'm hoping that we get some information about Martin. Who is he? What is his role to play with this show? I think we're also looking forward to seeing some murders of maybe some very important characters. We just finished a live and we were saying that our bet is on either Kenny or Donna. So we're just wondering where the show is going to take us, and they're just kind of enjoying the ride.
Nice.
Looking forward to seeing the behind the not the behind the scenes, but the whys of the supernatural in this place. I really am looking forward to them getting to the nitty-gritty of the whole reincarnation business, because last season in our finale they just stopped at, okay, we've been here before, they were sacrificing the children. Okay, give us more of that. Let's get into that story a little bit more. Like, why? What happened? And I'm just looking forward to that, them kind of like unfolding that more.
Oh yeah, I definitely see that. Like all the bits, man. There's so much good stuff in this show.
Yeah. And I love when a show can make you feel different emotions, even if it is frustration or just like, it's because you've written a good show. You can dive deep and feel all these like different emotions about characters and why some of them might be annoying, why you love some of them, why, just talking about them as if like it's kind of parasocial, but I'm really enjoying it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, I haven't been part of really too many fandoms or anything. I don't get too deep in too many TV shows. Mostly just kind of watch it, and I have whatever my thoughts, but I don't go into like what I have with From. Like From was the one that kind of got me to really be part of a fandom. Yeah. And this one is great. Like it's so fun to kind of theory craft with everybody and know that because there's no source material. So for the most part, we're all kind of on a level playing field here of being able to kind of decipher this. And it makes it fun. And again, if you have the right mindset behind it and know that, hey, look, I'm probably like, I know personally I'm going to be wrong about most of the things I think are going on in this show. But at the same time, I've made a lot of friends, just a lot of memories with people going over this show. We learned a lot in lores and different. So, we got this learning aspect behind it and trying to solve the mystery. It brought out people doing different kind of arts and crafts and creative aspects. So for a show to bring out that in a fandom.
Can you see it?
You got it hanging. I see it. I see it. You got it, right?
That's awesome.
So I mean, like, what more can you say about a fandom where people can come together?
Right, the monsters ain't getting in your house.
Nope.
You're safe.
What more can you say though, really, like about a fandom that does offer that much or inspires that much from its fans? And again, we're still all at a level playing field with this. Every time I think we start to figure it out, they throw us a curveball or another bit, or they go back on a memory and say, no, it changed. Ha ha ha. You just thought you knew. And we're right back to square one, going crazy together. And again, them adding that extra element of their characters in the show portraying kind of the way we feel too. Like we're almost as if we're in the town with them. They're talking as if they're us. We're talking as if we're them. And it's the combination that is beautifully written in, as if they're anticipating what we're thinking. Even here we are trying to figure them out, and yet they are putting in the bits that we're thinking.
Yep.
So little cat and mouse there, maybe. I don't know who's the cat and who's the mouse, but they have got us running, chasing our tails. Maybe we are the mouse.
Right. That was their plan all along.
Right. We want the cheese, Data. We want the cheese. We want the good bits, the juicy bits, like Michonne said. We want the juicy bits.
Yes.
But what about you, Jackson? Final thoughts on the season and where you think we're going?
Well, you know my thoughts mostly.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
I'm
know,
gonna try to
the Lovecraft and all that is really deep, dude. Like, we're gonna have to do something with you so you can actually really sit down and get that out, because it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, even for me to kind of like remember and wrap my head around it, because it's not like just a simple.
It's a lot.
I don't even want to say a simple theory, because nobody's is really like, all of ours aren't simple, but it's so in depth with that particular lore and how you've put each of these characters or kind of define these different bits within that lore or that history, that world. There's a lot there, dude. Like we're gonna have to take some time to really let you, or even if you start your own channel, man, I'll come on there and help you with it, because like you've got a good theory to try to get out there and really put it out there.
Yes, I agree. The knowledge in your brain needs to be shared. Like the knowledge in your brain needs to be shared.
You know, we might have to do like a 3-parter, but we'll have to work that out, because, like I said, there's a lot of bits there, and I know it's hard because you're not just saying, okay, I think this particular element of the story, is referring to this. No, it's this element. All of the elements are kind of within this one element, and they all connect. So
yeah,
it's
and
a lot to try to
take
just
bits of real world. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I definitely want to give you more time to like be able to tell us more about it, like actually lay it out fully. You know what I mean? I really want to try to work with that with you, and whether we do it, like if you want to start your bits, I'll help you do it on yours, man. We'll work it out. Whatever you're comfortable with, no pressure. No pressure.
In a nutshell, I think where we're gonna go with the season is we're gonna see Sophia do more shenanigans, and it's gonna cause more damage, internally with the town. They're gonna end up finding the tunnels, at least at the end of the next episode, after Boyd cracks open the wall or a couple walls down there. They'll eventually find it. I think Akasa's gonna find some type of whatever your reference is to the rainbow map to the rainbow sky to guide to those tunnels or those doors. I believe we're going to have multiple deaths. I think the golem that Fatima makes, either she sets it on fire to do a ritual to bring it to life, or she's going to die creating it and it's going to animate any which way. And there's a good possibility that whether it's accidental or on purpose, it's going to kill Ellis trying to protect Fatima, or maybe they'll try to kill the monster and it'll fall on top of Ellis. I don't know. But I think something like that is going to definitely happen. I believe we're going to have at least 1 or 2 more people come into town, possibly give us more answers. And I believe we're going to lose a lot of people. And it's probably better for me to say it like this. I think Sarah's safe. I think Elgin's safe. I think Tabby, Ethan, Boyd, definitely Boyd. I don't know about Jade, but I think those guys are safe. Everybody's gone for, and we're gonna get a group of children coming in at the end of this season, at least 11.
That'd be crazy.
And those children have to be sacrificed along with Ethan in order to finish the story to go home.
Do you think the children come by themselves, or are they with adults, or on a school bus? What, if you're guessing, what are you thinking?
I think there's going to be one driver. I have no idea who the driver is going to be, but there's going to be one driver, possible school bus. We've seen a school bus there before. It could be a school bus, but the arrival is going to be mostly children, at least 11. And I think the bus driver, because I think we should be getting two. We lost. Well, I'm not going to say lost. Roger got what he deserved, and then nobody came in for Jim yet because the priest came in and died again. So we have to have at least two people coming in.
Yep.
So that could be the driver after the massacre with the 11 kids on top of whoever the extra person is going to be in, which I'm thinking is going to be, I'm hoping it's somebody like Martin in the past coming in reincarnated, but we'll see. And I think that's how we're going to end up with the cliffhanger. We might just like remember how we saw the town come in, they didn't get stuck, but we saw the bus come in and then it just let it go. We're going to see a bus full of children come in and it's going to end it.
Yep.
I think for the cliffhanger for the next season.
Yep.
Nice. I know. I like the bus idea because we see the bus and was it Victor's drawings?
The bus is right there in town.
I thought we saw a picture too of the bus.
Yeah, in the drawing too. In the drawing and in town.
Yeah, so there's one in town that's probably from the picture, but I'm just saying, like, if things reoccur, and the fact that you know what I mean? Like, he drew it as opposed to it just being a random vehicle or something that showed up. I don't know. Something about when he draws it, it may have more significance to an event in town. But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a school bus and it has no other meaning and there will be no more. But I do like the thought that even if they, like, just have to bring more children in to tempt them with a new pact or to tempt them with a sacrifice of some kind, that would be interesting. Now, whether they take it or not. And how far,
Well,
like, could you imagine if Tabitha or Jade,
sacrificed.
well, could you imagine if they said, look, we'll let you and your children or you and your whatever people that you pick to leave, but you have to do the deed. Would they choose that? I don't know.
Maybe that whole deed
Probably
in general
not.
can just be like what Sophia was talking about last episode. Like maybe this is just a test and they have to sacrifice the kids, but no one's gone through it. But once they do, they like unlock the next level or something to Dante's Inferno. Because I think this has a lot to do with Dante's Inferno too, and Paradise
Right.
Lost with the 9 stages of hell.
Yeah, very well could. Like, I'm not sure, because I'm questioning the whole story now this season as far as the children go and what they actually have to do. I'm not denying that there aren't bones in that crypt and that there aren't children at one point that were sacrificed, but as far as the story that's being told, to give them hope, so to speak, I don't know if the story is all the way what we think it is at this point or what I thought it was.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot myself lately, about how much of that story is actually the truth.
Right.
Especially because we know this place feeds on hope. And right now, that story is giving Tabitha and Jade hope. And what worse way than to find out that that story is nothing but bullshit. And it's just, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot. About that story.
Right. And
A
Captain,
lot of evidence does point to it though.
what are your final
comes to-
thoughts on
Well,
this season and where we're at so far, where you think we're going?
yeah, well, first I want to say welcome to the new watchers on the wall. I just went and subscribed to your channel, so we're glad you're here. Yeah, absolutely.
Would love to have you guys on too on a day that you guys are not streaming here. We don't want to mess this up. We'd love to have you guys on our channel too.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you. We'd love.
How
we'd
often
love
do you
to
go
be-
live?
We'd love to join you.
How often do you guys go live?
Right now, it's once a week for but then we'll be going live a couple times a week for Interview with the Vampire and then also House of the Dragon.
Oh, wait till Vic finds out.
House of the Dragon. I
Vic,
can't wait
our
for that.
mod Vic,
Yes.
loves Interview with
Yeah.
the Vampire. She
Okay.
is. Oh, wait till she finds out she's gonna lose it.
So my
Yeah.
She
my
loves that
thoughts.
show.
My thoughts are I'm looking forward to see Julie's story walking, and I'm looking forward to seeing our town go on the offense instead of being on defense all the time. There's got to be a way, right? Maybe
Yes.
those spears.
Yeah.
I'm also looking forward to finding out more about the boy in white. We just don't have enough on that little dude, who's not such a little dude anymore.
Yeah.
He's grown up like Ethan. So those are some of the things I'm looking forward to. And I know that Jerry had a video drop. He dropped a video earlier this evening, and he says from here on out, it's all the way to episode 9. Those video, or let's see, it'd be 6, 7, 8, 9, makes episode 5 look boring. It just keeps getting better, he said, and I think he said episode 9 was the best out of everything he saw. So,
Oh no, we lost Captain right at the end. It's all right. I'm sure he'll pop right back. He might have accidentally pressed the button. I don't know. It's interesting.
Everybody's link in the chat so we can subscribe to everybody too.
Jackson does not have a channel.
Yeah,
but
you should have everybody. The only one you may not have would be Captain Shriver, but his.
Let me get Caps.
But
I'm not that fast as Vic, so just bear
Right.
with my slow.
Welcome
mod
back, Captain.
skills.
Yeah, you want to finish your thoughts there? We can't hear your mic, sweetie. You're not muted per se, but it is not working. Just keep trying. It's not there yet. But we're gonna go to James real quick. James, what are your final thoughts now that where we are and where we stand? Where do you think we're going?
I think Kenny and Sophia are gonna hook up.
Stop it, James.
Yes.
Why are you going there?
Man, he needs some.
Poor Kenny. Kenny must suffer.
I'm gonna give it back to you, James. OMG.
I'm just thinking, they're doing the dirty, and she says, "You're part of a story, Kenny. You're part of a story."
Oh Lord.
They're gonna role play. Sophia's great at it.
Oh my
God. Oh, they're gonna roll.
Y'all are so bad. All right, that's it.
That's
No, she's
awful.
playing like a 15-year-old child. Y'all are ridiculous.
Stop it.
Nasty.
Oh, yeah,
Even
don't
I'm
start
not
with
that
this.
much of a fucking degenerate. What the hell
Yeah,
is wrong
don't
with
start
you
with
boys?
this because we'll be called degenerates, even though
Well, I
Sophia's
mean, she's
23
playing a
years old.
15-year-old kid. I don't
No,
know.
my
Yeah.
husband
She's a
brought
kid.
it up too. I had to tell him today, like, do you know? And he's just like, well, what do you mean?
Look, y'all want to talk about Sarah all day? Fine. I believe she's playing an adult character, and she's an adult. She's fair game. But y'all leave these characters that's playing. Leave Julie and Sophia alone. Now, look, Sophia technically isn't a 15-year-old, so that's about the only reason I ain't really too bad about it because it's technically an interdimensional being, possibly. But she looks like a 15. You're supposed to be looking like a 15-year-old girl. I can't with that.
You bunch of perverts.
Lord have mercy.
It's they're getting close. It seems like they're getting close to some answers. So it's hard to see. Okay, we've got half a season and plus another season to go. How will things play out? And so I'm kind of hoping it gets to some type of cliffhanger, and then, if anything, next season starts with showing us the backstory. It starts playing through what happened to let us know. But it may not do that. It may just show us in bits and little pieces, like it has been with Julie's story walking and Jade remembering and Tabitha remembering and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just hope we do get some actual answers without adding 10 more questions, on the back end of that,
We'll see. Surely by the end of this season, whatever is left to be revealed, they're going to reveal it by the end of next season. But I don't know. They're going to leave too much open-ended. Then I don't know if we're going to have too many happy fans. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on with it. But I know you got some bits set up for this upcoming week, Mr. James, over on Twitch. Got some ideas? Possible?
Walking Dead Tuesday, and I don't know about Thursday yet.
You guys stay tuned because there were bits possibly talked about that sounded interesting.
I'm interested. I'm interested.
We're pushing him.
I'm interested.
Yep. Come on, James. You know you want to do it.
We could do
aliens.
You know you want to.
Aliens.
Don't peer pressure.
It's.
All the cool kids will be watching you.
I know. That's what I'm scared of.
But I do also want to let the new watchers know it's my birthday weekend, and we're going to be streaming tomorrow and Sunday, and you guys are more than welcome to join if you want to come hang out. We're going to be talking we're going to be doing some more giveaways.
Yeah.
We're going to be just hanging out, and it's going to be a birthday weekend, so you are more than welcome to come and hang out with us. We
So
might
is-
get a visit
that's why
by
they push
Mr.
back from?
JH the milkman. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not I'm
Is
a
that why
little
they push back
scared.
from? Because it's your birthday.
Yeah,
Yes.
they did it because of Dana.
Yeah,
It's your fault.
It's all her fault. No, I'm
Oh
just
man.
it
Did you
is.
say something about
No, because
Victor's
I got
cameo?
so excited when I thought I was getting an episode on my birthday. Like, you have no idea. Being a Memorial Day baby, my birthday sucks. Like, it is, nobody's ever around. Everybody's
Poor
on
woman.
vacation.
Yeah.
It is like it's the worst. And my mom reminds me all the time that, you know, I'm a Memorial Day baby and I took away her Memorial Day one year. So it's like,
You poor thing.
it is. So my official birthday is Sunday, but we're going to be hanging out tomorrow night and Saturday night and just giving away a bunch of stuff. So
Yeah,
you
there's
are
cool
more than
stuff.
welcome
Real
to
cool
come
stuff.
hang out. And we're going to have people popping in and out all weekend. So it's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Definitely going to have a lot of fun for Miss Dana, and I cannot wait to see everybody there. That's right. Be there, be square in the box.
Right.
Well, it's actually a rectangle, but you know what? You might end up there because the milkman's he's showing up, and if you're not there, he might send his people after you. I don't know. I cannot speak for the monsters, but they are. Well, he'd already told us last time.
He did not. Cow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That poor cow.
So birthday weekend fun. Yes.
Right. And then, of course, looking forward to this upcoming week. I definitely will probably try to fill in with some game time. I'm probably going to still do another From stream just for us to keep theory crafting. You never know between now and then what our brains will come up with. We rewatch an episode and we're like, oh my God, did you see this? Now it makes me think of this. So I'm going to try to schedule something in between. It'll either be Friday Night Fever or maybe a Wednesday. See how this upcoming week goes. I know we got lots of things. But yeah, just look out in the Discords and things like that, folks, for all the bits, because you never know. We'll go live sometimes, especially right now. We're going to try to, I think Dana's gotten into Widow's Bay. I still have to get it and check out the bits. So that's something else I'm going to try to do this week since we're in a little downtime. It's kind of good.
It's good. Me and Miguel finished last night.
Did
so
you?
it was, yeah, it's good.
All right. Well, everybody keeps saying it. I guess
it's really quick. They're not long episodes.
I know they're like 30 minutes.
Yeah, they're not long episodes. But James, I loved that fourth episode.
Oh, you got to see it?
I did, and it is right. It is right up my alley.
I thought it would be.
And say it must have been some kind of magical event that occurred.
Oh yes,
I assumed so. I assumed. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm piecing together the bits from what everybody has been talking about the show. So I hear something about a boogeyman and some other mushrooms and some other bits. So it's starting to intrigue me. So I'm hoping this week I can sit down and focus. Like I said, being as heartbreaking as it is to take a week off of From, right after what they kind of gave us as a cliffhanger, I am kind of, I guess, happy for the break so that I can kind of like catch up with like a Widow's Bay or something, be able to talk with you guys about that as well. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I get to From, that's pretty much anything else I watch is got to be like dumbed down, like, because I don't, my brain's not going to absorb it, so I'm gonna watch like a Mad Max or something movie, like, you know, something I don't have to really, it's there, it doesn't matter, I don't have to think about it, because yeah, From, it gets to the point to where when you watch From, anything else I watch, and this is where y'all were talking about with Widow's Bay, right, James? Like, you're seeing bits of From in Widow's Bay, but is it because From captivates you so much that everything you see, you find From in it? Because we did that. I swear, when we first watched Teacup before they canceled it, we were still in the midst of From theory crafting. And we were like, wow, this is that reminds me of this part of From or something like that. And we did it with other movies and stuff like that. So it does. It
I think
takes
it's
away.
a mystery type show. It's revealing more. It's telling more answers more than From. But it's a mystery kind of show is how I relate it. I mean, episode 5 this week of both series had someone taking mushrooms, so that's just a weird fun fact, I guess. But just the mystery of it, the horror mystery element.
True.
I think there's in Widow's Bay, even I think if I rewatched it right now, I'd go, oh, I didn't see that before, and I didn't see that, and realize some stuff, you know, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do know. I know when I usually watch film, like if I watch other stuff, there's something about it where I'm like, oh my god, that reminds me of
Have
a
you guys
character or
checked
something
out
like that.
Widow's Bay, new watchers?
Not yet. Not yet.
I think you will like. I think you will like.
Yeah.
It's definitely if you like From, it's not as difficult as From. So but there's still mystery to it,
Is it
and there's still
How's the
things
setup?
to think about.
How's the setup? Is it like a weekly release, all at once?
Yes, it's weekly. It's on Apple TV, but the longest episode I think was 36 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're short episodes. They don't feel short though. Like they don't feel short at all. So it'll be really quick to catch up on because I think they just dropped the 5th episode and they're off this week too because of the holiday. So it's fun, and we're gonna, once From is done, we have some other creators that want to get together and do like a talk about it. So we're definitely gonna get everybody together to talk some Widow's Bay.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so we got a lot of bits coming up, things to check out. Again, the schedule for the upcoming week is going to be a little scattered because I'm not quite sure after the weekend. We may be back Monday. It just depends on our recovery time from the weekend of Dana's parties and celebrations.
I don't know how hard those
shots.
yellow shots are going to hit.
Right? Like, I'm like, yes, Dana, I'm totally going to do a gaming stream and stuff Monday. It's going to be fine. I'm going to like not be able to wake up. Luckily, the kids are out. School is out. It's summertime, so you don't have to worry about waking up early in the morning.
Yes. So I did reschedule the content creator stream, which would have been this Monday. It will be for the following Monday, and I believe we're going to have Jerry's Takes back, Thrifty back, and Mudluff Mysteries back. So it's gonna be a big panel. And I know you guys have been busy on Mondays. That's why you haven't joined us this season for the content creator tables, but any Monday you just let me know and we will fit you guys in.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
You are more than
you
welcome.
Guys join us. Like honestly, and I know it is hard with scheduling with everybody like that. And now I think we have like Wednesdays are about the only other night we have possibly open, but. So we'll talk with you guys and see if there's not another night we can work out. If a Monday night's not going to work.
Yeah, we'll
definitely.
But like the summer's here, so we're a little bit more free.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, I get that too. Yeah. Yay, it's summer. I'm so happy. I don't have to get up at whatever time to make sure the kiddos going. It's nice. Right. To sleep in. I mean, they gonna wake you up, but at least it ain't as bad.
There you go.
Yeah, they can make their own cereal some mornings now. You know where the box at. Go make it. At least for mine. She's old enough now. I'm like, yep, you go figure out breakfast a little bit.
There you go.
But we can't wait for the next Monday night and for you guys to join us. Again, you're always welcome on a Friday night. Those are our open panel nights for From right now. Again, I'm still thinking about leaving next Friday night as another open panel From discussion. Without having an episode, it really is just all about you guys in the chat and really anybody that wants to come up and just theory craft. Because the more we talk, sometimes I feel like we end up with other pathways of seeing the show. So it's always fun to get on and talk with you guys about it. But we're going to get ready to wrap this one up. We got about 30-40 minutes until our members only stream. So all of you embers, ready yourselves because we're going to have a nice fun time. Lots of friends, drinks, and games. And we will see what other updates coming in with her membership birthday celebrations. Member for 18 months, Data. I'm telling you, every time I see something like that, it just...
I still can't believe it's been that long.
I know. I do. All the memories.
I know.
And for Miss Dana and her awesome time spent and her birthday, you get the fever too, Dana.
Welcome to the fever dream. Fever, you're on fire. fire. Welcome to the burning desire. I said fever. Join the party. We're burning all through the night.
And thank you all. Thank you, Dana, James, Jackson, Captain, the Watchers. Sip and spin. Or sit. Oh my God. It was sit and spin. Why am I thinking sip?
And there you go. Maybe somebody.
Some for a drink.
Pretty much. It's that time, right? It is that time.
It is.
Oh, and Dana, you get it in. We're wrapping it up, and Dana's giving out the memberships. Who got it? Who got it? I gotta go see.
It hasn't popped up yet. Sci-fi.
Sci-fi life?
Yep.
Perfect. Indeed. Oh, easy. Thank you, Manicore, for becoming a member for a month. Love your work, people. Hell the panel. Hell the chat. Words are hard. LOL. Sci-fi. Well, thank you guys. We'll play the little one. We'll play the mini one because when we wrap it up, you guys stay tuned. If you were here earlier, you got to hear our full version of Julie Story Walker's song. I had to, snip it up a little bit for our outro, but look out this weekend. I'm going to post it up as a video and put it in the Discord so everybody will have access to it one way or the other. Here's for all you guys, all the members.
Fever, you're on fire. Welcome to the burning desire.
That's right. The burning desire is here, folks. It is about that time, so we are going to wrap it up again, nice and safe, with a bow on top for Dana's birthday. And we're going to be back again tomorrow night for everyone to give away and celebrate more, because we're like, 24 hours and 30 minutes from your actual birthday?
Yes. And I was actually born 1 minute after midnight. So at 12:01 tomorrow night, it's official.
There you go, folks. So again, thank you all for hanging with us. Keep your talismans up. Stay safe. Borrow a little of Dana's magic if need be, as this season is going. We might need a little bit of it, Dana.
Yeah.
And again, thank you guys. We love you, and we will see our embers in just a little bit. Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a good night.
Hey, open the fucking door!
Julie,
Hey, what are you doing?
don't you recognize me?
Follow her through a story. Tiptoes through flipping pages like dreams fading into the pages set in stone.
He's the distant cousin of the Grand Gulagarg. Here we are. Storywalker Fred was an elevator repairman who spent his weekends story walking as he pleased.
Crossing